Start streaming there. All right, sweet.
Defending West Coast champion Tom Biel, defending East Coast divisional champion Seth Hammaker. This guy has basically resurrected his career. He's got 2 wins more than anyone in the East Division.
Okay, and let's see here. YouTube.
See that somebody said broken arm and broken ribs for Davies.
I had heard that.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I guess we're going. And yo, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to the. I guess I should mute that because that's fucking annoying. What's up, everybody? Welcome to our first ever live stream here. We're gonna live stream the entire time when we are here watching round 17 of the 2025 Supercross season here. Now we have 250 East Coast coming up. This live stream brought to you by RevX Products. My name is Travis. I'm your host. In studio with me here is going to be my man Justin over here as per normal. Justin, say hi.
What's up, boys, girls, whatever. I don't know.
It could be anybody because we're very public right now. So
Oh, here we go.
here we are, 250 East Coast heat race. We are off here. Seth with the holy.
And I think he's going to check out.
And then we got RJ and
Tom.
Vial right behind him. You never know, dude. With RJ, anything can effing happen. So, all right. Apologies to everyone. We're going to be looking up here a lot. We'll try to use the other cameras. We're going to talk during the commercials and everything, too. But, yeah, so 250 East Coast race here. Track looks dry.
Well, the corners were greasy.
Yeah,
you
well,
missed it because you were talking about, dude, that
I mean,
90 was
I
bad.
honestly thought that it was going to be way wetter than this because I
Yeah.
figured they were just going to douse it to try to keep the dust down because it was so dusty during Q2, but apparently not. So, all right, dude, that Pro Circuit or that Fox gear on the PC guys too is sick also.
Retro, man, it's a big thing. We were talking about it before the broadcast started with Jay Coops O'Neill stuff. Just like the old school retro, you get the you go like a little bit light on the outer half of it, and then really like dark in the middle with some splotchiness. I don't know, man. I love it. I love the old school retro shit.
I'm actually amazed because they'd talked on Pulp this week. Somebody had asked what color Coop was going to wear tonight because obviously probably a championship for Cooper Webb. We'll have to wait and see. But JT had said, well, he'll probably wear blue because of Yamaha, whatever. And then obviously he's not. He's wearing black, that black fly gear, which I think is awesome too. Strange that we have, you know, like we say all this, right? But like you have Hammaker, so the Pro Circuit boys are not in green. They're in some retro stuff. Webb is in black there, so he's not in the Yamaha blue.
Yep.
It does look like RJ has black and white, and Vial has the standard like blue and orange
Same
kind of
he
stuff.
usually
Yeah.
wears. Yeah,
That corner is real wet.
Yeah.
That corner is super duper wet. So, yeah, so I want to thank everybody for tuning in here. If you're watching, make sure to give us a thumbs up there. Drop a comment. Like I said, we are going to live stream the entire race, and then we're going to kind of wrap it up. We're all busy with Mother's Day stuff tomorrow, and then our weekdays are usually busy as shit, so we don't necessarily have time to do a show here to wrap this up. So this is our wrap-up show. So thanks, everybody, for joining us here. I wonder if that camera turned off over there. If it's laggy or whatever, sorry. The tech guy will be working on it here soon. He was watching the live stream earlier from qualifying, so he will be working on trying to make that a little bit better here. This is why I got a dude for this stuff now. So he was helpful earlier when we didn't have anything going on. David, what's up, buddy? Good to see you in here. Hopefully everybody's enjoying this. I'll say it now and I'll say it 100 other times during this. You guys can experience us live streaming doing the show. We're not usually watching the race while we're doing the show, but you can experience us live streaming the show and be the first to see it by subscribing to our members area. So we have a members area as little as 99 cents per month will get you in the door to watch us record the shows live. So 250 East Heat here. Hammaker out front by a little over a second and a half. Hampshire is second. Vial third. Hymas 4th, and Thrasher 5th.
Bullen on the outside looking in right now. I mean, he's got to go around party hardy.
Hymas a bit of a disappointment this year, eh?
I mean, dude, we talked about this before the season started. Like, you know, we watched Chance, and every time I watch Chance, I get flashbacks of, like, Kennard. Like, dude, his technique, his body positioning, it's almost a carbon copy of Trey, and obviously Trey being, you know, a Honda test guy, so that makes sense. Chance, we know he's a good kid, you know, comes from a good family. He did really well in outdoors last year. But, like, I just didn't see the hype around him in Supercross because even his rookie year, like, he just didn't really do much. I think his best finish was, like, a 4th or a 5th. Now, he got hurt. He had some issues, so, like, we can give him some leeway there. But, like, he's consistent, but he just doesn't have that top-end speed or even the sprint speed for that fact when it comes to Supercross. Now we get to outdoors, he's going to be one of the favorites, just like he was last year. Like, I don't know. I just don't think Supercross, which is wild because with Trey, Supercross came so natural. It's just not – it's not his strong suit. Now, obviously, he's really, really young. He's only, 19? So – he's got time, but yeah, I don't know if I ever look at Hymas as being a Supercross title threat, to be honest with you.
Yeah, and I mean, you're absolutely correct. He does have time. When you have guys like Davies and Deegan and these dudes that are really, really putting it down, it just turns into one of those things of like when you have somebody who's supposed to be pretty good and then they don't quite live up to those expectations, you know, it makes it look even worse. So I want to thank everybody who is joining us here. Make sure to hit that thumbs up button if you haven't already. We are going to be here all night talking the race here.
Oh, Volan lost a little bit of time. Oh, God, him and Simonson must be just battling.
Club boy.
Just battling
Club guys just out there battling. Vial here
just
trying to
doing what he's doing, man.
He's trying to chase down the Americans.
That's just he's just kind of riding the way he does. Like, this is just Tom's MO to this point. Like, just put in your laps, you know, be consistent, not be overly aggressive, you know, try to push through some sections that you're a little more comfortable and just try to latch on to dudes. And if they make a mistake, they make a mistake. If not, then you'll just take the points. But, like, this is kind of just Tom's MO. Like, I tried to think about this earlier today because this has always been the big talking point with Tom. Not so much up until this year because obviously he's the defending champ and then he did what he did in Pittsburgh. But, like, I tried to think back of a time of a guy that really had this kind of MO. Who went down? Oh, did Seth go down? Nope.
No.
RJ.
RJ.
Of course.
Go figure.
Of course.
Oh,
Coming out of
boy.
the whoops, too.
Oh, boy.
No, wait. No, yeah, he must have wadded it.
Oh, man. And here we
Yeah.
go. We got another win for the tough blocks.
Yep.
Uh-oh.
Oh, boy.
And he's stuck on a wire.
Oh, my God.
Look at that dig dug with the freaking
RJ
knife.
going to the LCQ.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my God. He might have enough of a gap.
Oh,
no,
boy.
he's in 10th.
Oh, man. Here we go. Typical RJ. 3. Oh, no.
What is with him? Dude, he has such that...
What
Whoa.
the fuck was...
Yeah, only
Oh,
RJ.
my God.
Only RJ could go fucking ride a bucking bronco.
Oh,
Dude,
what the hell just happened?
look, I love RJ, and, you know, no shot at our boy Eric Grandal. Shout out to him. But, like, dude, RJ's depth perception is absolutely horrendous sometimes. Like, I have never seen a dude fade wide and clip a tough block going through a rhythm section as much as he does. Every time it seems like RJ's on the deck on a Supercross track, he just hit his depth's off.
I don't even know what the fuck that just was. That was insane. He
That was a
came up,
Husky 250 turned into a bull.
he came up short, nose picked, never let off, never let go, and just rode that thing to the ground. Jesus.
And he's going to the LCQ.
And he's gonna be in the LCQ.
Oh, not good. Not good.
Bodes well for him winning this title.
Oh, dude, I think it's going to be real hard. I mean, dude, I want to see Seth win this title so badly. So badly.
Oh my God, here we go. Okay, different angle. Okay, so we go over, we go to 3, we get too wide, tough block. Jesus.
So honestly, dude, he always seems to, like, he did this. Like, he was drifting wide, he didn't spin, he didn't G out really hard. Like, it's just the little twitch of the front end, leaning that energy to the left. Like, I don't understand.
Unbelievable.
Like, he wasn't, like, I don't understand it. You know, his body didn't get off center, so it's not like the bike was getting too far to the left or to the right of him, which was normally in the situation you would do that. Like every time, he always does that. Like he puts himself towards tough blocks every time. And I know I'm like, it's easy for me to say that, but I've never seen a dude clip that many tough blocks in a rhythm section.
It's what do they say?
It's the same thing that happened in Pittsburgh.
Track looks super easy from the press box. Looks super easy on the TV too. David, let me know if Justin's mic is turned up to an appropriate volume there. If you guys do hear or see something, let us know that we're not getting through on the thing here. All right, so 250 East heat is complete there. Hammaker picks up the win on that pretty easily there. Man, good old RJ. RJ never ceases to amaze me.
RJ doing RJ things. I think that heat though is definitely gonna give Seth a ton of confidence going into the main.
Yeah. Well, I think Seth has a ton of confidence. So
oh, he does.
Very, very okay. So I want to correct something here because I can't. So number one, the whole practice situation happened with Davies and Deegan.
Okay.
I came in. I was boiling.
Yeah,
I watched it and I was like, "What the fuck was that?"
Mm-hmm.
I then texted some people, and some people told me that I'm an idiot and not a pro racer, and I should listen to them. And I said, "You know what? You're probably
People
right."
actually called you an idiot?
No one called me an idiot.
Oh, so you were making that up.
I called myself an
Is
idiot.
that a little bit of self-deprecation right
A
there?
little bit of self-deprecation. So anyway, and then after everything was over. After qualifying, because I came in the qualifying show and I was like, I don't know, I gotta watch this again, like whatever. But I like, come on. And then I watched it and I went, oh, that's just a terrible accident because Davies was actually flowing through that section, and then ended up.
He's kind of checked up halfway.
No, he can't. He came up short.
Yeah.
He came up short on a jump, and then came up short on the next jump, and then backed out of it. And what ended up happening was.
Smith was already committed.
Yeah, Smith was committed to go like I think 2-3, and then they were going table over 2.
Yeah.
And that's what happened is on that table over 2, Smith was committed in jumping that, and again had Davies not had to back out of it, it would have been fine. But Davies backed out of it, caught a little rut, which sent him right, and then yeah, that was all she wrote. So I'm sorry that I was upset with Jordan Smith. It was just a terrible accident. Now that being said. This isn't Jordan Smith's first time doing something dumb. So, like, I feel like it was warranted. Okay? Like, if this was his first time, it'd be like, oh, okay, like, whatever. However, it's not. So, anyway, all right. Thanks, everybody, for tuning in here. We are going to be live with you guys all night. We are going to be commenting on the race here as it goes. Just so everybody knows, I will probably be getting up to go pee a lot because, let's face it, I have been drinking this afternoon, and I'm continuing to drink regular Coca-Cola here now. We're past my drinking window, and water, and I pee 87 times during the races. So, yeah, that's a thing. And, yeah, so don't mind me if I just get up in the middle and duck out, although the camera should just be on Justin. Hopefully everybody's enjoying watching this. And hopefully we can give you some commentary that's on par with the great Ricky Carmichael. That's my whole goal tonight, is to have some commentary on par with Ricky Carmichael.
Good Lord.
All right. And
we just got to forget everybody's name and forget how to speak English.
Now, look, since we are kind of friends with Supercross, we will unmute this to listen to the interviews that are coming up here. We won't play the audio the whole time, but we will unmute this to listen to the interviews because I want to hear what these guys say. So let's see what Hammaker has to say. Again, lit kit.
Excited for it, man. One more great way to start the night there with the heat race win. Get a solid gate pick going into the into the main event, and just try to get out front again and just put in clean, consistent laps and let the chaos happen behind me. But I'm ready for whatever and ready to put on a fight, man. I want this thing back.
Looking good so far. Good luck tonight.
All right, so here's the big question. He hole shots the main.
Uh-huh.
Deegs is right behind him. Oh, God, here we go. Yeah, see, he comes up short. He hits that rut.
Yeah, he was midair.
Yeah, that was...
Yeah, he wasn't going to do anything.
Nope, that
was bad, though.
that is a terrible accident. That is a terrible accident.
Dude, when Cole rolled over and his body went limp, though, I was like, oh, no.
Yeah, and whatever the hell they got him in there, that is a big...
Well, and he's going to miss the first half of outdoors, so that's cool.
Yeah, it fucking sucks. Terrible.
So what was your big question? Seth gets starts out
Seth
front,
gets
Deegan.
a start. Deegan second.
Uh-huh.
Does Deegan affect that championship?
You're going
to win the race?
You're going to see a real pissed off person if Seth ends up on the ground and loses the title because of that.
Oof, oof! Look at that hematoma on Smith. Jesus.
And
anyway,
by pissed off person, you're gonna mean me. Dude, I'm telling you, bro, you will see me lose my fucking shit if Seth gets put on the ground and he loses the title because of that. Like, look, because that means more than likely Tom, and obviously RJ's in it, but Tom probably won the title. But if Seth ends up on the ground and loses the title because of it, I get heated, but I don't get pissed because it doesn't affect me. I'm gonna actually be pissed. Like,
yeah.
There's gonna be a lot of fucking pissed off people. And I would hope that Hayden would not pull something like that, but you never know with the kid. Like, he wants to win, and, we're not going to, rehash what happened last week, but, like, dude, you would hope that he would not interject himself
into the other title
just to win. Like, that, I don't feel how, like, anybody could be on his side in a situation like that. Like, I really don't.
I tell you what, you want to go full villain role, that's what you could do if you're Deegan. All right, 250 West, here we go.
We got to think, too.
Is that Jack Chambers coming from the outside?
No, he was in the first heat.
Then who is that on that Cowie?
Probably Hunter Yoder.
Ah, that makes sense.
Yeah, a guy that thinks he was going fast, but he really wasn't going fast.
All right.
I think that was Adams.
All right, so Deegan gets the start here. Shocks in second.
Look at Joe.
How does Joe end up like this?
All the time.
Joe!
And it was Hunter Yoder.
Hunter Yoder.
And Garrett Marchbanks.
Joe
that's cool.
Marchbanks. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Ooh, Deegs went over that table.
Ooh, we're gonna see,
and there we go.
Bro, did you see
table
that
over
last pass that Juju had when he went up on top of the board through the whoops?
Is that Wageman?
No.
Who's 168? Why am I way off
That's
on
Enzo
these?
Lopes.
Oh, okay.
Lopes and Shock.
All right, makes sense. Enzo Lopes, who, wasn't sure if he could even ride a motorcycle anymore because couldn't hold on.
I mean, at least he didn't have a retirement party for himself.
Come on, Phil.
I'm always going to bring that shit up.
Come on, Phil.
Oh,
man. Drew Adams there in fifth. All right.
Yeah.
I'll take it. I'll take it.
All right, we're going to see how Joe somehow ended up in a fucking...
Because he's Joe. Like,
Yeah,
something always happens to
if
Joe.
If he didn't have bad luck, he'd have no luck.
Yep.
Oh, my God.
Yoder got sketchy.
Oh my God, dude!
Marchbanks got sketchy.
He's just probably like, "What?" And Derek Kelly, he's just like, "I'm just gonna lose the bike. It's fine. I just lost my balance."
He was about to mount Marchbanks from the rear there. That was crazy.
My God.
All right, Beaumaire second, Deegan first here. 1.3 gap roughly. Somebody's down. Nope, and they're up and going. Okay, so here we go. All right, Beaumaire, we got a bit.
See what he can do.
Harder of a track.
See if he sends it or just kind
You're
of
there.
Like, yeah.
This is basically a main event. Good luck. Poor Derek Kelly. He's had a rough go this year.
Yeah, and I don't know what the plan is for them outdoors. I don't know if he's going to be back on the 250 or he's bumped.
And Jordan Smith can't do it.
Yeah,
Yep.
I don't blame him.
I don't either.
That's rough.
It's a big old hematoma on the back of his.
Hey, buddy, just go get ready for outdoors.
Just like using the word hematoma.
Hematoma.
All right. So let's see. Can Juju track him down here? Well, now it says
if
it's
he
1-4.
levels up with him going into the whoops, he's definitely going around him.
That little double there coming back on the start straight is fucking dumb.
You mean how Christian Craig went to Indonesia on it?
Dude, how many dudes did you watch almost go to Indonesia on it? Because it was kicking you not only
Everyone.
up, but your rear end out.
Marchbanks almost just fucking endoed, and I'm like, that's impressive to endo off a 15-foot, 3-foot face.
Well, I
level.
mean, it's because it's like a fucking.
Oh, I know.
It's not even a 3-foot face. It's like a 1.5 foot that they just put there because they had some extra dirt, and they were
And it
like,
even-
"Well, let's not do nothing."
And it even steps up onto the start straight.
Dude,
too. It's not
yeah.
like it doesn't drop off. You're like stepping up to going to flat.
It's the stupidest
Yeah,
thing,
I
and then
know.
of course everybody's trying to scrub it, right? Because you want to get back on the ground as fast as possible. I don't know. That's gnarly to me. I do like that rhythm there though, because there's different options. So like that's cool. And as long as we don't have another Davey Smith issue, fine.
Yeah, I would much rather. I would have I'd just go onto the table. I wouldn't try going up and over. It's just too sketchy.
So do you think a story comes out this week that of the AMA didn't want to let Deegan run the number 1?
Why would you think that?
Because the season's not over. So technically,
Oh.
RJ is still the 1W. Technically,
Yeah. I mean,
even
I
though
don't
he just won it.
I mean, like the AMA likes Deegan too.
I mean, but look at last year at what's it called? Crawfordsville. They had to.
yeah, true.
Oh,
Jesus Christ.
oh boy.
Oh,
Here we
boy.
go. Okay, and we're in, and now we're right on each other. All right, Juju, this would be your point to put him on the ground.
No, man.
Yes, do it. Oh, Deegan checked
just-
up.
Hey, man, guard that
Good
inside,
rate,
buddy.
good
Oh,
rate. Yeah, there we
guard
go.
to the inside.
Good race
what
awareness.
happens now.
He's trying to get him on the inside again. Oh, there we go. Oh, he slid too much though. Juju's gonna have the drive here, and Juju's
yeah.
gonna be on the inside.
Unless just fucking Hayden goes straight for
Oh, get out of here. Look, I will give it to him. He's going for it, but he's not finishing it, which is good, because if he finished it, I'd be like, it's a little greasy there, partner.
And in the heat race, kind of necessary.
I know it's a main technically, and yeah, but like you got the title and everything.
Yeah.
Like maybe just nah.
Yeah, kind of.
Now see
God,
that,
dude.
seeing that,
Whoop speed.
seeing that there though, with what he just did with Juju, gives me hope that if Hammaker's in front of him, he will not actually insert himself into that title. Or if any of those guys are in front of him, he won't actually insert himself into that title race like that.
Look, if Hammaker is getting, and obviously I don't want this because I really want Seth to win his first title, but if Seth's going to go on the ground,
Yeah.
it needs to be because of Tom or RJ. And let's be real, it's not going to be because of Tom, so it'll be because of RJ. Like, if
Yeah.
a West dude takes out Seth, or even Tom or RJ, and they're in a position to win the title, I'm going to have a problem with it. Like, I understand you're trying to move forward and, you're looking out for yourself, but don't interject yourself into a championship. You have no business doing that.
Yeah, it's like I said, hopefully none of that happens.
Yeah,
that's my hope.
I just want to see a clean race and, whatever happens.
That's my hope. So
I will say, though, like, if this is how Deegan is going to play the rest of the night, and, this is the way Juju's riding, dude, I think if Seth gets a start, I think he checks out.
I mean, to be honest, there are none of those guys between Deegan, Seth, Juju, RJ,
Tom.
even Tom probably at least on that list, that I could see not winning this, like getting a start and just checking out. Like any of those guys, I could see doing that for sure.
For sure.
So
I mean, the track's got options, but once again, now everybody's kind of figured out the main line through practice, and it's going to get harder and definitely get a lot
but the
more
crazy
cuts out.
thing is like everybody's figured out the lines, but yet we still have these different ones, right? We have like the 3 onto the table.
I think that'll be the
we
fast
have
line
the
by the end of the
over,
night.
but I haven't seen anybody do the over since practice other than Deegan.
Juju did it.
Did he go over or he went table over 2?
No, he went over the table 3 into the corner right there. He went over the
Okay.
table 3 into the corner, but he only did it once. He did it like 2-3 laps ago.
Okay, yeah, because I
Yeah.
was gonna say because Deegan did that the first lap, which okay, fine, no problem.
But he was having problems though. I mean, look what happened the last 3
Yeah.
laps before Juju got around him. Like he kept mistiming coming out.
Yeah.
And that's going to be the big thing is that how much you pay for it on the 250 if you don't get over everything clean, especially with the way some of those faces are angled to the landings. Obviously, everybody harps on this with the elevation and just the way the bike loads into the face. Like, I'm still waiting to see, and I think that they'll do in the heat races, going 3 and then over the on-off into the corner. Like, everybody was doing that at the end of the practice, but, like, dude, that face of the on-off is so small, and there's no place in the transition to get the bike to unload. So, like, if you mistime it or you load the front too much, like, once again, you're going over the bars.
yeah.
Like, the chassis is loaded so hard into that face.
So let's see here. Marchbanks in 9th. Wow, good whoop speed there, just blitzing by Joe. Juju won the heat, by the way.
Yep.
Marchbanks here, I think, is going to get back to 8th to secure a spot in the main here.
And we just lost live timing.
Sweet.
Don't know where that was. Don't know for what position
It's in
that
RJ's
was.
rear wheel.
Good lord.
Oh, man. At least Juju's not wearing that shit kit anymore. Jesus, man. He was in practice. He was in the shit brown and the pink
Yeah.
again. I just can't
he's
take
into,
that.
He's into that, man. He's
I
into
just
that
can't
gear.
take that.
He's into that gear.
So let's see here. What the fuck we got going on here? Let me share out this These people, man, this is crazy. I guess I'm not usually on YouTube while we're watching the race. I'm usually like I'm on other stuff, but not YouTube. There were like fucking 3 people literally streaming the race. Right off the rip. Like, Jesus. I'm trying to just share out the thing here. Let's copy the link and then let's share out. I know this is enthralling shit here. I'm not used to having a crowd here while I watch the race. I'm used to being able to sit on my phone and do stuff. So, guys, jump in the chat. I want to thank everybody who is watching right now. Jump in the chat. You guys got questions, you guys got comments, whatever. Give us something to comment on there. So now we got both 250 heats in the books there. Deegs kind of let that one go. I think Deegs is going to be clean tonight. I think so, too. I think he took a lot of heat last week, to be honest with you, and I'm not sure, as much of a demon as he likes to be, I'm not sure he liked taking all of that heat.
Well, I mean, it's one thing when, you know, he's had people in the industry or people he's racing, but, like, when you start getting a bunch of fans, and obviously he's had his haters, but, like, he has more people, I think, that actually like him, that are on his side. And when I think he had a whole bunch of people in the stadium where he's not used to getting booed, I think it affected him. And I agree. I think that he kind of like toned her back a little bit.
Yeah, I mean the whole thing of it is like I was really hoping he was stronger than that.
Well, that's the problem with
because
Heyman.
it would have just been so much better when he got to 450s.
Well, it's kind of like we said. If you're going to be a villain, be a villain. If you're going to be a good guy, be a good guy. But because we've talked about this enough, and obviously we're not the only people in the industry that talk about this, but because everything has been so manufactured and procured around him, like for content, for obvious reasons, like we don't really ever know like who he really is as a person. Like I remember seeing him at the Nationals, at the Amateur Nationals as a kid, but, like, obviously at that point, like, his YouTube channel was big, but he wasn't really old enough to kind of, like, grow into himself as a person at that point. So, like, you never know. Like, because one week when he's struggling or whatever, he's like, oh, I want to thank Jesus, and everybody's riding good, but then when he's got beef with somebody and he's winning, he's throwing shade or whatever. But it's like, you don't really know which one is he really behind the scenes. Like, who is he really? You know, so that's why it's hard, because, like, if he was actually like a dickhead behind the scenes, I'd be like, okay, cool. He's just being who he is. If he actually really was a good kid, and I don't know, I'm not saying he's not because I don't know him. What I've seen around him since he was a kid till now, but like I don't really know. So like if he really is like this really like good, polite kid, then just be that kid. But I think it's because nobody really knows, like the people that are the people that are objective about it, the people that don't take one side or the other. They don't really know who he is. So, you know, I think that's the problem. And I'll be honest, and I don't know, you know, who he associates with outside of racing. But I don't really know inside the industry how many friends he really has.
Him and Davies are pretty tight. I've been getting videos and stuff from somebody this week. I can't remember who it was sending it to me. Sorry, I don't know. Oh, shit. Great interview. Really appreciate it. Had a great heat race. We'll see you in the main.
That's
awesome.
probably what he said.
Good job, Juju.
He's locked
Sick.
in, bro.
Thanks for lock in, brother. Serious. No, I was getting sent the vlog. There was TikToks.
Somebody
there
said
was
the same
Snapchats that they were hanging out together.
But here's the thing.
Seems okay.
And somebody made a comment about this though, because there were people saying the same thing, like, they're fine, like whatever, like Davies, like he's trying to be professional, get over it.
Yeah.
And I don't know, because I don't watch the vlogs. But the only thing I'll say, and you will know this comment, keep your friends close, keep your enemies closer.
Yeah.
Because somebody made a comment, and even JT made this or no, maybe it was AC, with that, let's just call it the bump. You might have. Just replaying RJ's crash. Hey, bucking Bronco! Whee!
He landed that jump on the front wheel, no feet on the foot pegs, dick in the gas
I'll tell you
tank.
what, greatest feeling in the world when you're still connected to your bike and you're looking up at the sky. Hey, look, Kev. AC was like, and I don't know if you heard this because it was during first session. He's like, nah, Davies knows now, but he goes, Deegan might have woke up. He might have woke up a demon.
Mm-hmm.
He might have woke up.
Sleeping giant.
Yeah, you might have woke up something in him. So
Yep.
I don't know. Like, you know, if they're boys, cool. Like, good for them. Like that's good. Like, you want to have your friends. Like, you can't just have your outside people. Like, you have to have friends inside the industry because these are the people that you're around most. But I still beg the question, and I don't really care. If he doesn't have any friends, he doesn't have any friends. Like, that's up to him. Like, Eli, for a very, very long time, actually pretty much his entire career, didn't have a big circle or a big group of people. And that's good. You know, you don't have any outside voices of negativity. But, like, it's very well known that Eli, throughout his entire career, has never, like, broed down with anybody. Not by, like, he doesn't like people, but he just liked to keep his circle small.
No, you know who he's broing down with?
Some fucking, like, downhill skier, I guess.
Nah, dude, rodeo people.
I mean, that fits.
Because this chick does rodeo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she does something with horses. I saw it the other day on her page.
Does she do rodeo, or does she...
No, it's like rodeo. Like, you watch Yellowstone, right?
Yeah, of course.
You know they go to that one...
I watch rodeo every now and then.
You know when they go to that one horse guy?
Yeah.
And he's doing the stuff on the horse or whatever, and they've got, like, the calf or whatever.
Okay, so
she's, like, doing that.
She's at the rodeo event. It's okay, so yeah.
Yeah,
All right,
she's
so
doing...
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
No, I didn't either.
That's
But,
cool.
like, they...
I mean, dude.
You know, I look at Tomek's stuff, so they were suggesting it on
well,
Instagram to
in
me
the
or
Monster
whatever.
Energy connection, I don't know if you know this, but, like, Monster Energy...
Yeah, with PBR. Yeah.
So anyways, like, you know, if Hayden doesn't have a lot of friends in the industry, that's cool. I don't really give a shit. Like, he shouldn't care. But I do wonder sometimes, like, how many people in the industry...
David says she's a barrel racer.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I didn't know that. I mean, I honestly, like, there's not a lot of info out there about his wife either.
No.
Which is, like, how he wants
Although
it.
she is more active on socials, because I went to her page after that to see,
I'll be honest with
like,
you,
what was happening.
I think she's awesome. I think she's cool.
I'm real curious how, like, it's just one of those things,
Eli's
man.
a
Like,
goofy-looking bastard.
no, like you're just curious, like,
I
how
am.
how does this happen? Like, where'd you meet her? Because
Yeah,
like
no
you don't
shit.
talk to anybody.
Yeah, dude, you hang out in the mountains with your mom and dad. There's nothing wrong with that, but like you've just been busting
man.
your ass and cycling. Where'd you meet her, bro? Because obviously, clearly, we now know she's not a moto woman.
No.
So like, where'd you meet her? Did you just go to a random
Rodeo
in
and just meet her?
Colorado?
All right, 450
AP
heat one
ripping
here.
a holy.
AP
Mookie
gets
in
that
second.
start. Mookie in second there. You know what I ran into? Seeing Mookie. You know what I ran into the other night on YouTube? Bubba's World.
Dude, they got like like
Episode
this is,
one.
like surfacing all over the place now.
Yeah, I saw there was a channel that I think is just live streaming every episode over and over and over. But I found a channel that just had episode 1. They fed it to me in my YouTube feed.
Yeah, honestly, man, even me being one of the biggest James Stewart homers there ever was,
That
that
show
whole
was
Bubba
so
World is
fucking
so
dumb.
fucking stupid. Like, I remember the first episode, and I was like, dude, obviously, me being a Stu guy, I was like, yeah, this is really, really cool. And I knew it wasn't going to really be about the racing. It was going to be very, very corny. But the moment that I saw Todd Potter in the first episode, I'm like, this is going to be fucking stupid.
Oh man, dude, my favorite thing is like in that first episode, right? He does the sit down with his parents to talk about like, yeah, I'm not racing this summer, and they have to act surprised. Like it's like 2 weeks before the season, and you got to act surprised that like he hasn't started riding for the summer. Like what? We had this conversation months ago.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Of like, yeah, I'm gonna take summer off. I just don't want to get burnt out. Okay,
I will tell you though, like you could do a whole
because that was JGR days, right? 09?
09 was JGR, or no, 09 was San Manuel. San Manuel, and then
Oh,
JGR
yeah.
was after the fact. That was
Yeah.
San Manuel, Sean Craniac.
Yeah,
Sean Craniac's dad type
because
thing.
then they were talking about it. They were like, yeah, you know, won the title in 08, and I was like, you mean you went perfect season in 08?
Dude,
Like,
I still think,
what are you talking about?
I still think 09, if that bike, if they wouldn't have went to the new gen and he would have took that 09 bike outdoors, like, dude, no offense, and I know that, and I've had this before, I've gotten heat. RV and Dunge would have never kept winning outdoors. Like, they wouldn't have won outdoors. Stu on that 09 chassis outdoors would have been just as good, if not better, than he was on the Cowie in the previous seasons in 06, 07, and 08.
He didn't.
He was so good that season. In
Did he win the 09 title?
In Supercross? He did.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, I mean that's when he
So-
DNF'd.
so-
That was when he DNF'd the first round,
Oh yeah.
and he came back and just won.
So that's
14
that's what
rounds
makes that show even more dumb. You literally just got done with Supercross, and now it's like, oh, we're gonna ride outdoors. No, I'm not going outdoors. What?
Yeah, dude, it was crazy, man. He DNF'd the first round, and then Chad had his issues too. That's when he had false neutral in the whoops, and fucking Aaron Bates, literally Stu was like pissed off. He's walking off the track, and Aaron Bates just throws a microphone in his.
Oh, I remember that. Yeah,
dude, and that's when he went like on that huge run. And like I said, I think he won 14 or 13 rounds that year. Like, dude, he fucking dominated.
Crazy.
Like he
Crazy.
honestly probably would have. He would have almost went undefeated that year if that whole situation wouldn't have happened. Like, dude, he was on another level. No disrespect to Chad, but even Chad admitted that year. He's like, dude, I got nothing for him.
Yeah.
He's like, unless he goes down, like, there were so many times Stu, like, caught Chad from the back and just walked away from him, and Chad's like, I don't know what to do. Like, I literally do not know how to beat this dude at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Which made it even funnier, though, because the year before was when Chad won his title in 08 on a San Manuel Yamaha.
Yeah. All right. So we got 450 heat number 1 happening here. Honestly, not a lot happening. AP hole shots. He's got about a second over
Look
Mookie.
at Craig at 4th, though.
Yeah. Mookie in second has a little over a second on Justin Cooper in third.
And, of course, our guys, Mitchell and Kev, are in the same fucking heat race yet again. Around
Running
each other.
10 and 12.
God,
wow.
Dude. I don't get it. Those two are
bound for each other.
Yeah.
Bound for each other.
At least we know they probably won't be outdoors. Because I swear to God, dude, I get real conflicted sometimes. I really do. I get real conflicted sometimes.
Just confused as what's happening.
I don't know what to do.
David says we need to go to a PBR event.
I mean, dude, I'm like.
I'm not against it.
I'm not against it either. Like, shit gets buck wild there. I mean, obviously we don't party anymore because we're old bastards. But like, I mean, dude,
I'm not going to the PBR bar in St. Louis this year.
I mean, dude, I don't want to speak for you, but we're country-esque people. Like, that's what you get there. Like, we like the same kind of shit most of those people do. I'd go. I think it's cool.
PBR World Finals, Arlington, Texas. Wow, there's only 2 rounds left, and it's May 17th and 18th. They're in Fort Worth right now this weekend, and next weekend they're in Arlington.
Dude, like, I've always obviously known bull riding is huge, but like when growing up, I associated bull riding to like obviously you going into like arenas or like the fairs, and that's where. But like, dude, the PBR thing is so big now. It is crazy to me. And plus, I've watched some of like what is it? Is it JB Mooney? A couple of the documentaries about some of the bull riders.
Yeah, I've
stuff.
seen some of that.
Yeah, dude, they're fucking wild, man. Those are legit badasses. Like, I got mad respect for them, and I don't like people just like just a bunch of hillbillies. I'm like, nah, dude, those guys bust their ass.
I'm not really sure what the fuck all this is. There's so many different things
bull
here.
Riding stuff.
I mean, there's all sorts of different things.
It's wild.
I was trying to see
huge.
if there was anything coming close to us.
It's huge, man.
But a lot of Montana, Oklahoma, Minnesota, Colorado, Georgia, Florida.
It's very
Texas, Nashville. We can go to Nashville.
It's very West Coast, East Coast dominated.
Never mind, it's not over yet. It's just those are the next 2 events.
And I assume there's a lot of other organizations outside of PBR.
Green Bay, Wisconsin.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I would go to one.
I would too, but I'm just trying to find one that's close to us. Columbus, Ohio, October 10th, Congress PBR. I'm not sure what that means. I don't know what any of this means.
I mean, I'd still go. Like, if it's close, dude, I'd go. Something new. I mean, we're always looking to try, get into different type of shit.
Your guy went down.
Yeah, I know. He was rolling around this last lap in that rhythm section. So, him and Kev will be in the LCQ together.
Nah, dude, Kev's on the move. Oh, I don't think he's
not
moving
gonna
10
catch Cade.
seconds. Never
Yeah,
mind,
he's
I'm
not gonna
out.
catch Cade.
Oh, dude.
What?
Shipshewana.
When?
November 7th and 8th.
Let's go.
Shipshewana Bullfest. So that's not a full PBR event, must be.
And I wouldn't even know what fucking.
Wouldn't know what the difference
Wouldn't
is.
know. We'd
Oh,
just
hey.
be like, we're here for the rodeo.
We could go to PBR St. Louis December 6th and 7th.
There you go, dude. I'm in, bro. I'm serious.
I mean, I'm planning on being in Florida at that point.
Yeah, well, I might too.
Oh, there's a PBR in Milwaukee in January next year.
Dude, I'm in, man. If you're in, I'm in, because I'm definitely not going to one of those by myself.
PBR Indy, March.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. Huh, interesting.
Oh, Mookie just made an insane run through the whoops.
Wow, he got close there quickly.
Just drove it down the inside.
Final lap here. That a boy, AP.
Woo!
Keep him outside.
Oh! Woo! Dude, he pitched it sideways, and I'm like, if he doesn't bring that back, he's going way right.
We're fine. Everything's fine. Situation's normal. We're professionals here. All right, so AP picks up the win. Mookie second, Justin Cooper third, and
Christian Craig in sixth. Yep, sixth.
Craig sixth.
All right, cool, man.
All
We're
right.
good.
And
Chiz just rolling around, had to do his last main event ever. He's like, dude, I'm just going to lug it in a second. I don't give a shit.
There we go. Chiz eighth
Cade in
and
ninth.
Cade in ninth. Wow, look at Cade.
Look at Cade.
Look at Cade.
I can't believe Chiz's career is over with after tonight.
He's going to do SMX and stuff. It's
Well,
not
I
over,
mean,
over.
yeah,
He's
like-
not having 3 retirement parties.
Nice.
Fucking Phil.
Fuck you, Phil.
Fucking Phil.
Dude,
man.
did you, I didn't listen to it, but I, heard clips, and then I heard people talking about it. Dude, I guess Phil, Germ, and Amart
It was a great show.
Was wild.
It was a great
Which,
show.
I wish I would have known those were the lineup, because like instantly before I would have been like, dude, I'm in. I don't normally listen to Pulp because you know how I feel about Steve, but
Yeah.
like, when I saw it was them, I'm like,
It was a
fuck.
great show. Okay, so we could talk about that here while
No,
we're on commercial.
Yeah, there you go.
J-Mart, first 3 rounds. What do you think?
I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I mean, I don't know if you saw the rumors, but there was obviously a lot because he has a Cowie 450. There was rumors like, oh, he's gonna maybe get a shot with PC for outdoors because some of their guys don't know when they're gonna be back, especially with McAdoo. But then obviously like the Star thing came up, and which is an easy transition because he does the Star events. I like it, man. I mean, you know me, dude. I am one of the biggest Jeremy Martin fans in the world. It scares me a little bit because of his concussions. So it does make me nervous, but I mean, honestly, if he feels he's comfortable, and because we know, let's be real, J-Mart's going to come in still to this day one of the most in-shape dudes there is. So the cardio is not going to be the issue. But if he got clearance from his doctor to go race and, like, there's no issues, then look, man, like, if Bobby and Brad want to give him a shot, I'm all in. I just want to know, what rounds is it? Because if I would assume it's the first 3 rounds, but I will be uber excited if he's going to be at Redbud one more time.
No. It is the first 3 rounds.
So hopefully it's one of those first 3. Well, I hate to say this.
So the understanding is that I understand right now is
I like how you phrase that. The understanding is how I understand it.
how I understand this right now is 3 rounds, first 3 rounds.
Yep.
And then everybody kind of thinks it'll be after that too, depending upon how it goes.
Well, let's think about it. Pierce is out.
Well, so
Max
did you
is
hear
out.
that he went to Star after Pulp? He left.
Jeremy?
Yeah, he
Okay.
left Pulp,
Yep.
went to the farm
Yep.
to test,
Okay.
and was not the slowest guy.
Well, you got to think the only dudes riding there that are we like out of the factory dude, because obviously we know like Cade. Okay, so you got to think who's there. So Mosman, Thrasher, Deegan, and Davies would have been the 4 that he'd have been riding with out of who's riding right now. Because Max not ready to go.
Okay.
Pierce is not ready to go.
Yep.
I don't even know when Pierce is going to be back at this point. Let's be real. And Dax we know is dealing with his own issues.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, so which one of the 4 guys was he faster than? Because I'll be honest with you, if he tells me he was faster than everybody but Deegan and Davies,
No, I heard he wasn't faster than everybody but Deegan and Davies, but
but if he wasn't the slowest, so that means he was faster than one of those 4.
who were the 4 we went through again?
Deegan, Davies, Mosman, and Thrasher.
Probably Mosman.
That's still fast.
I know. I understand.
If I'm Jeremy, I'm going in like, okay, that's something I can work with because cardio-wise, we know he's not going to fade.
No.
It's just all what his body can do because I still stand behind. His mind is sharp.
Mm-hmm.
His body's not.
Yeah, Phil said that he was trying to fill the void with like bicycle racing and stuff, and
Dude,
it
he was,
obviously
like-
doesn't fill it.
Yeah, he was like hanging out at his buddy's shop, like just doing random jobs.
Well, he was a UPS driver last year for the Christmas season. He was literally a
You
runner.
just got to find shit
and
to do.
the dude he was with was super stoked because he actually ran
Yeah.
the packages, and they got done early,
I believe,
which is awesome.
especially now, like I said, and this is very unfortunate, but now you got to think Davey's going to be out for quite a while with a broken arm, and especially with the way that looked. Broken arm and broken ribs. You don't know when Pierce is going to be back because obviously the vertebrae injuries. Who knows when Max is going to be back, and you don't know with Dax. I'll be real shocked. Outside of unless like he just struggles really, really bad, I think we might see J Mart for most of the summer.
I think we're gonna see him for
Which-
most of summer too.
Warms my heart because you know I love J Mart.
I know. Well, so what they were saying is that he does not want to do Supercross anymore.
I don't blame him. Why would he?
So-
We always said J Mart should be an
Yeah.
outdoor guy only.
All right, let's see what AP's got to say here.
What a fun heat that was to watch you and Malcolm there duking it out.
God, AP, you country ass hillbilly.
Not particularly smoothly today. We talked there as you guys were racing. There's been a little bit of a struggle as far as just getting everything dialed in today.
I don't know, man. He was fine last week.
Talk to me about the
Just got a bad start.
Yeah, it always seems like
That hat is so
getting
stupid.
practice around the morning time, and come race time, it's just full bore. But yeah, we've been struggling a little bit bike setup, but team figured it out. I don't really have to tell them anything. They just do their thing. It's kind of magic. They work under the tent there. But yeah, it was good heat race. Got off to an awesome start, and then almost couldn't hear my bike with all the fans, man. It's crazy how loud you guys can get. I
get surprised every single time. It's awesome. It's awesome that you guys support me, and man, I support you guys. So keep giving the cheers, and I'll keep bringing the speed. But I just got to give it up to the whole team. Red Bull KTM Factory Racing. My mechanic Jay, my practice guy at home, Wes, and man, everybody that helps me get up here. It's like I've always said, it's an awesome life I live, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. So let's hopefully get up here, back here in the main, and win one of these things.
Aaron has got to be the most genuine dude
Hundred
in the
percent.
industry.
100%.
Love that guy. Fucking love that guy. He's always been this way. He was the same way when he was an amateur.
Mm-hmm.
Even when he was just a dumb kid. But no, the J-Mart thing, man. I mean,
Yeah,
You
I
gotta-
didn't even think about that when Davies got hurt today, but yeah, we'll probably see him most of the summer now.
well, you got to think too, and I understand this isn't 2021, but you got to think about the last time he was on a Star 250 outdoors. Up until the end of the year, he was giving Jet all he could handle.
Yeah.
So it's like you rekindle a little bit, and I'm not expecting him to set the world on fire, but dude, I just it's good to see that he's going to get one last crack to end on his terms, because let's be real, if that's how he would have went out, he didn't get to end his career on his own terms.
Look at that. Webb lining up right next to Chase.
Hey, how about Shane McElrath
Bro.
in practice today?
Shane Sinn's just on it, brother.
And I love it that he lined like this is just apropos. He just finally figured it out. He's like, oh, I'm just
I'm
gonna
just
line
gonna
up.
line
It's
up
like
right next to
2020
you
all
guys.
over again. It's like 2020, except Stargate's not around.
All right, so here we go. We got 450 heat race number 2 coming up here. This is great because we're getting to talk about stuff as we see it, so I don't forget to talk about stuff like on the show.
Yeah, no
it's going to be the
shit.
best show ever, on top of all the stupid shit we talk about in between it. So, all right, let's see here. We got Diener, the Wiener in here.
Signs off after about Benny. I love Jeremy Hand and all those guys, but
Oh, look at that jump by Coop. That a boy. Oh, big crash.
I think that might have been Freddie.
That was a body slam. Poor
I think that
Freddie.
I think that was Freddie.
I think that was Freddie too.
Yeah.
What we,
that was
Carnow lights all.
That was Freddie.
Totally
Son of a bitch.
Freddie.
Hey, look at Shane. No, is that Shane or Joey?
That's Joey.
Ah, good.
Joey.
Oh.
Dino.
And somehow Joey and Dean just find each other again. I don't understand.
Where's Shane at? Poor Shane.
Poor Shane.
Didn't get the jump.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
man.
Oh no! He just faced into that.
Jesus
Holy
Christ.
crap!
Speaking of betas, or betas.
Beta.
Any word on Oldenburg's crash? You see or hear anything?
Did he crash?
They red flagged the second qualifier because he wadded his shit in the rhythm section. I
I
think.
haven't seen a damn thing. Let's
Yeah,
look
he's not.
it up
He's not
there.
out there. As far as I know, I don't think he was in that first heat.
I don't know. Yep, that was totally Norn.
Oh God, dude.
Poor Freddie.
Freddie just once again another dude. Just go outdoors, man. Stop riding Supercross.
Let's see here. Let's hit the old gram.
Hit the old Insta.
Insta. All right, so rundown here. Under 5 minutes to go in this 450 heat 2.
And
Ooh, lagging,
that was-
just like our live stream. Sick.
Jeez.
Webb, Wilson. Look at Dino.
Look at Diener.
Look
the
at
wiener.
Dino.
Look at Diener the wiener.
Wow, that a boy, Dino.
And Tail Chase just he's gonna get around him. in the next
Sexton, Savachi, McElrath, Jeremy Hand. Really signs off after Shane.
half lap. Yeah. They're like, well, never mind.
Poor Kev got the rougher heat race
Yeah, he
apparently.
did.
All right, let's see here.
And Chase down the inside, runs by, and now we're gonna set off after Coop.
Look, J Law racing Loretta's.
Again? Really?
Yeah.
Well, good for J Law. At least he's not trying to stab his friend with a spork.
Let's see here. Okay, you could talk anytime. I'm looking for this thing here. I have
Bro,
no.
I don't.
for Oldenburg.
Oh, just ridiculous run through the whoops.
Wow.
And we're just gonna sit
Wow.
behind Coop for maybe a section or two. We're just gonna see where he's going, and then we're gonna pull the trigger in the rhythm on the far side. Probably.
Should have paid Jordan Smith some money to land on Coop instead.
Oh my God. Jesus.
Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
Actually, you should have paid Deegan some money to land on him at the farm this week, right?
Something, dude.
Jesus.
Fucking land on his own
Unreal.
mom, apparently.
All right, let's see here. So it's Chase hunting down Coop here, and we'll get him.
Yeah, we're just gonna go to the inside.
He'll get him through the whoops here.
Yeah,
He's
oh,
so
yeah.
much faster in the whoops, which is crazy. It's crazy he's leaving
Dude, he's finally got that. Knew it. Yep.
Yep,
Just
saw
far
that.
side rhythm and see ya. All right, let's see what happened to Freddie. Chase happened to Freddie.
Chase happened to Freddie.
God.
Poor Freddie.
Poor Freddie. Just always in a bad
Cannot
position.
catch a break.
Yeah.
Ugh, absolutely ruthless. Supercross sucks sometimes.
Supercross really does suck sometimes. God, thank God Paul is in 2 weeks. Wow. They got outdoors. Not so much Paula. Paula sucks.
Dude, just thank God all the dudes are coming back here in 2 weeks, man.
Dude, I was thinking about that today, and I know that it's very obvious, and we can run down through the list, but I started thinking about like everybody who's just coming back for not only 250s and 450s, and I'm like, good God, it's gonna be like A1 all over again.
What? Somebody the other day I was listening to said they were counting, and they were like, dude, when everybody gets back here for 250s outdoors, there's going to be like 20-something factory dudes.
It's gonna be
outdoors
wild.
for 250s.
It's gonna be wild,
which
man.
is crazy to think about.
But I still believe, somebody, I don't know where I saw this, but somebody asked like a question, the same kind of questions that always happen around this time, but like, who's your top 5 for outdoors, 250, 450? And I think everybody's got their idea of like who the 4 are in 450, and then you can like add in, there's 3 guys probably for the 5th spot.
Yeah.
But then there were like 250, and they're like, okay, everybody went to Hayden, understandable. But then like they try to go 2 through 5, and they're like, I don't know. You start thinking about like who's 2 through 5 in the 250 class, and you're like, I really don't know.
Don't have any idea, to be honest.
Okay, that's a good question, since this is just kind of like, everybody thinks things are kind of settled in this heat race, like right off the rip. So let's do our, since I don't know if we're gonna get a chance to really do an outdoor preview show.
I mean, I was going to, but we can talk about it here.
Yeah, we're not gonna do the whole preview. Like, let's just talk about like right off, like
we're gonna have time here.
yeah. So right off the rip, like easy question right off the rip for us. So this is when everybody's back. Who is yours? And I'll give mine. Who's your top 5 in 450? And then who's your top 5 in 250? And I know that a lot of guys aren't guaranteed to be back, but just assume that everybody is. So yeah, go ahead. Who's your top 5 450? Top 5
No,
250?
I gotta write this down. Let's get through this, and then we'll do it between. We'll talk 450s between.
All right.
The LCQ,
'Cause we might as
the
well.
heats and the LCQs. Yeah, because I was gonna try to do it during the week, but if we can do it right now, it'd be all right.
We'll do it differently than
Yeah.
a normal show, because we're not gonna do
So-
the whole thing.
All right, so 450 top 5.
Yeah, top 5 450, top 5 250. And I don't mean in points. I just mean who do you think is going to consistently be in those top 5 positions in both classes? And like I said, just assume that everybody's back at that point, because 450, pretty much everybody will be. Outside of, we don't really know what's going on with Ando, but I don't expect Ando to be top 5.
Man, this is a good question because like the first 3 were pretty easy.
I think honestly the first 4 are.
Oof. Oh man, yeah. Once you get to that 5 spot, then it's like
It's
who
rough
do you?
because there's like 3 to 4 dudes. You probably 3. It's rough, right?
I'm just gonna.
Like Mathis likes to say, I don't know.
I'm gonna waffle. I don't know, man. I don't know, man.
And
I don't know, man.
250s is rough.
I don't know,
250s
man.
is even rougher.
250 is gonna be rougher because I'm not gonna remember everybody. Hold on here.
This is 5 seconds, bro. Look at Diener the Wiener hanging tough in 3rd. Then again, though, after the 5th, it just kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah, no offense. Good for Jeremy Hand, though.
Yeah. No, it's great.
Yeah, I don't really like that guy in 9th, but.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I mean, this is what we're going to see in the main, too. And the
Pretty
thing
much.
is like, Sexton, if you don't do something like,
Stupid.
yeah, well, no, if you don't do something, this is like,
Yeah.
there goes the title, because this is what's
Unless
going
AP
to happen.
and Mookie can get in there, but even with a 4th and Chase wins, like, Coop still wins the title.
Yeah.
You're going to need somebody else. And can you imagine, though, a scenario, just hypothetical, since we're doing this and we're talking about other things. Chase is out front. Jay Coop's in 2nd. AP. So what's Chase has got to win, and Coop's got to get what for him to win the title? 5th? 6th? 6th, right?
6th, yeah.
Okay.
If he gets 5th or better, he wins.
All right. So, yeah, that's even rough because I was about to say, like, Jay Coop gets 2nd, AP gets 3rd, Malcolm gets 4th, and it's like, well, who's your 5th guy? And there really isn't one. So you're going to have Coop have an issue.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's fucking rough. I wish it was 5th because I could see a scenario where Chase wins and Coop gets 5th.
Yep. Yeah, I could too. Like I said, it's one of those things where like Murphy's Law, anything that can happen will happen,
I mean, it
and
could
probably
do.
will happen. So,
I mean, honest with you, selfishly, I kind of want Chase to rip a holy and Coop to go down in the first turn.
okay, keep talking. I gotta go pee.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of want you know, Chase to rip a start and Coop go down in the first turn and then just kind of make it interesting. But the problem is that, you know, Coop's got to get sixth, and I could see a scenario where, you know, Chase wins, you know, AP or Malcolm or get second or third, J. Coop fourth, but it's like we're just kind of out of dudes at this point. Like, I mean, Shane and Joey are riding really good, and obviously Dino just got third in that heat race, but yeah, I don't know. I don't see a scenario where outside of anything happening crazy, whether it be a bike issue or a Coop getting stacked up in the first turn, that Coop's going to get sixth. I mean, like Travis just said, anything can happen, but it's going to take a lot. This is going to take like an Anderson scenario in 2018 where he just has some bike issues. I can't remember if it was a rotor issue or you had a flat tire, but yeah, it's going to take a lot. So I don't know. Selfishly, I kind of want that to happen, but Coop's going to play it safe, to be honest with you, in this main. So
Great job talking that whole time.
yeah, thanks.
All right, so we will get through we'll listen to Chase's interview here, and then we'll talk a little 450 outdoor preview. I want to thank RevX Oil for sponsoring the show here. RevX Products is putting on is the title sponsor of the show there. Make sure to pick up some Max Power, which you just add it to any of your single cylinder 4-stroke motors there, and it will help it run cleaner, cooler, longer. And we've done some tests with them. There's a video on their YouTube channel of me and Cole and Hunter and our late buddy
Doug Lindsay.
Yeah, Doug there. God, I blanked on his name for a second. I was like, shit. Doing a test out at our local track at Battle Creek. So, Praptech Sexton doing rails again. Yeah, he was on rails for that for sure. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is after this whole Sexton interview, we're gonna cold call Cole.
Where's he at? Do you know?
I think they're over at Emily's
I thought it was up
parents.
downtown. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
She
Emily's
loves that.
parents,
Yeah.
right, for Mother's Day, I think.
Do we even
so.
know if he's watching the race?
I have no idea, but
I
we're
don't
gonna cold call him.
I'd be surprised if he picks up.
We're not talking about the race. We're gonna talk about 450 outdoors with him.
Oh, okay.
You see what I'm getting at? You see what I'm getting at here? We got some time before the LCQs.
Okay.
So, yeah, also want to thank our other sponsors here. So, obviously, TLR Coatings for providing this lovely studio for us. Want to thank Gutter Works for being on board here. They're bringing you the 450 motocross preview. ProFlow Racing going to bring you the 250 motocross preview that we'll talk about here. We'll get into in just a little bit, maybe after the LCQs, before the mains. We have Adept Creative Co. We'll be bringing you Cole if he answers. We got Alias MX with Eric Grondal. I'm trying to get Eric to let us call him, but I don't know if that's going to happen. And then also on board with us, Holster Co. for the Holster Co. Reload Rant.
Yeah, to be honest with you, this will be the last. Obviously, Cole's not here, but this will be the last show that either Cole or me will be doing with Travis for a while. Unfortunately, Tell the Redbud round. Well, I don't know. I assume Cole picked Millville and Washougal, so
yeah. So he's after you, right?
So this will be the last time you see either Cole or me for quite a few months.
It's fine. We're rotating casting it through the summer here, which,
you got
by the
some
way,
people lined up.
Not yet.
Well.
It's not. It won't be that hard.
No, I know. Well,
I got to text that moron Denver.
Yeah, no, stupid fucking thing. I'm out of here.
I was gonna hit up Shuring because he's local now too.
You gonna try to get Coach on it all this?
So I thought, I was thinking I was gonna do a round where I was only gonna do call in.
Yeah.
Just myself and only do call ins.
You definitely could do a whole show with Coach.
Yeah. Yeah. Do Coach, do DB, do Hopper, that kind of stuff.
Yeah. But this will be the last show that either.
Nope.
Chase, the way you're riding today, you're making it very clear what the end goal is here tonight. But talk to me about the importance of finishing this season strong.
Yeah, I would love to get to 7 wins. That'd be a new territory for me. So, yeah, just overall having fun. Had a good time that heat race. First lap was a little bit chaotic, woke me up, and after that was good. Had a good battle with Dean, Coop, and overall just feeling good. So excited for tonight. Happy to be here in Salt Lake, and yeah, let's go.
See you out there. Thanks so much, Chase.
But yeah, this will be the last time either Cole or me. Hey Smitty. We're on the show with Travis. The last time you'll see me is until Redbud. So
You want to know a crazy thing I thought about today? Maybe it was yesterday. Chase has won 6 races.
Yeah.
If Chase ends up, like, even if he doesn't win any others, they get on average between, we'll call it 100 to 150 G's to win a 450 main, which means he's made in the range of $750,000 just from winning. So
And then
like,
what, his contract's $2 million?
It's got to be.
Yeah. And then you talk about all of his gear
2.5,
sponsorships.
something like that.
Yeah, I mean, dude, he's probably grossing
He's
5
good,
mil,
yeah.
5-6 mil.
I mean, it'd be cool to win a couple more million.
Yeah.
Doing, what's it
But I
called,
mean, let's be real. I mean, you can live off 5-6 mil a year.
Yeah, it's all right.
That's fine. I mean, he doesn't have a drug problem or buying in supercars and stuff. And I mean, he lives in just a modest home in Florida. So like, yeah, dude, like he's good.
Yeah,
He's good.
I think he'll be fine.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine too, as long as he gets
See
paid.
here.
God, dude, that could have been so bad. I mean, it was bad, but that could have been way worse.
New FaceTime. Cole Ugetti. Let's call Cole here. See if he picks up.
I'll be shocked if he does.
I don't know. Maybe.
I mean, maybe.
It's amazing he hasn't been in the chat. He's probably busy. That's why he hasn't been in the chat. I'm gonna leave him a message.
All right.
Oh, it won't send me a voicemail because I'm FaceTime calling him.
Yeah.
Damn
Your
it.
call has been forwarded to
Oh.
voicemail.
Oh.
The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message.
Just make
When
sure
you
it
have
doesn't say
finished
his number.
recording, you may hang up.
Yo, pick up your damn phone. You suck. We're live. Answer the phone.
Hey, buddy.
Later. Well, that was worth a shot.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, well, whatever. Anyway, we tried. All right. Let's didn't mean to make that sound gay, but the post was was pretty funny. What? I don't know. Oh, motocross can be awesome this year. So far, most people are healthy and ready to go. Ready to get. I don't know what he's talking about. I don't know what David's talking about. David, you're fine. I don't even know what you're talking about. Anyway, all right, let's talk 450 Outdoors here.
Let's get into
Brought
it.
to you by our friends at Gutter Works.
It's gonna be
there.
a wild season if everybody stays healthy.
It's going to be a wild season. Okay, so you wanted me to run down my top 5 450
Yes.
Outdoors.
And this isn't top 5 in points. We're just assuming everybody stays healthy. Who you think will be consistently in the top 5?
Well, 1 through 4 is really easy,
I think
and
so, too.
5 I have a group.
I have 3.
I have a group.
Okay, so let's go. I already know who your 4 is going to be because it's going to be the same as mine.
Okay, run your 4. Let's see.
Jet, Eli, Chase, Prado.
Nope.
Oh, all right. Who's your 4?
Jet,
Okay.
top of the pyramid, top of the spear.
I didn't ask you to do all
Top
that.
of the spear.
I didn't need
Tip of the spear.
You didn't need to do all that.
Jet, tip of
You-
the spear.
You didn't need to do all that. Not if he keeps hanging out at the Met Gala.
Jet, tip of the spear. Chase.
You think Chase is going to be beating Eli that consistently, huh?
I don't know. Chase and Eli could be interchangeable. I got Eli 3rd.
All right.
I want to see what Eli comes back like. I think he'll be okay, but I'm just saying.
Okay. All right.
Cole just texted us, say he's at a family gathering.
Okay. No problem.
I'm going to text him back, tell him I don't fucking care. Answer your phone. That's for tomorrow.
Giggity.
I call, you answer. Jesus. It's like fucking mafia here.
Yeah.
I call, you answer. I don't give a fuck if you're in bed with Jennifer Lopez. Get
I
the
wouldn't-
fuck up.
I wouldn't want to be in bed with Jennifer Lopez.
We're not going to go there. Not going to go there.
Yeah, we're not. So, all right. So, Jet, Chase, and Eli. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. Who's your 4th?
J. Coop.
God, you and Cole really on the J. Coop beating
Bro,
Toronto
he's
thing.
good starts. He's good outdoors.
He's one. All right. Go ahead. Nope. Just go ahead. All right.
My group.
Okay.
Prado, AP Hunter.
Okay. All right.
Swap them all out.
All right.
5th place.
Okay.
I think Prado is going to be more times than not 4 to 8.
I just can't see him with it. I won't, and we've already been over this. I'm not going to disagree with that. I don't have him winning the title. I don't do that. I have him getting wins and being on the box. But I just think the reason why I don't believe, even if he's struggling through bike setup, that he is going to be outside the top 5 more often than not is because he's a better starter than all of those dudes. So, like, his cardio has never been an issue, not in the last couple of years. Like, it was an issue when he first jumped up to the 450, but he was still really young. He had to put on a lot of weight, so cardio is not going to be his issue. I don't see those dudes starting with him, but I don't think he's going to win the title the first year either. So I won't dispute that. I don't.
Big shoulder surgery.
Yep.
Big shoulder surgery.
I mean, Jet's coming
no
off big
testing.
knee.
No testing time.
Yeah. Well, he's been riding for a few weeks now.
No testing time.
He's going to Florida.
New bike.
He's going to Florida. Going to Florida.
New bike.
I think that'll be fine. I think the program, the 1 day program scares me more than anything else than the bike. The 1 day program
that doesn't scare me as much as the bike. The shoulder with no testing time and the whatever and the bike that combo scares me more than the whatever thing, the 1 day program.
Yeah, so
they did 1 day program there after COVID in GPs.
Yeah, but that's the year he struggled though.
All right, well, that's fair.
I mean, either way, I don't believe he's going to be winning all the time, but I think that I think that he's firmly in that top 4 just because of his starts, but okay. All right, yeah. So I'm just basically flipped from you. I think that Jet, Eli, Chase, and Prado, and I think it's going to be J. Coop, Hunter, and AP in that 5th spot. The problem is I think the 5th spot is actually going to be gnarlier battles because I don't really know who to pick out of those 3. I mean, J. Coop, it'd be leaning towards J. Coop at this point.
Yeah.
But, I mean, you got to think. Hunter got 2nd in the points last year. And AP, I mean, dude, he led motos last year. So it's like, who out of those 3 can you lean on more? And honestly, man, I think that we might see more dogfights for 5th this year than anything else.
Cole said Prado's going to get waxed. Tell Justin to put the GP dildo away.
I just don't see it, man. I just don't see it. I don't think he gets waxed. I think if he comes out and does really well at Paula, I think that's a good indication of how well his season goes. If he goes out and he struggles really, really bad at Paula, I think then it might take a little bit. But dude, if he comes out right off the rip and he gets on the box at Paula, I think that's how his whole season goes.
I don't know, man. He just hasn't had that much time on the bike.
But he already looks really good.
It's okay.
You got to look at it from the way when you watch Jet ride. We've always said when we watch Jet ride, he doesn't look like he's going fast.
This is true.
Prado rides the same way as Jet. Like literally, they almost have carbon copy riding styles.
All right, man. I don't know.
I still don't believe he's going to win the title or he's going to win a bunch of races.
That's good because I'd really be yelling at you.
Next year,
really be yelling at you.
Next year is a different conversation. But this year, no, I don't believe he's going to win a bunch of races and he's gonna win the title. I don't think so. I think there's too many things going against him. But I think that he's too good of a starter to not be in the top 5 consistently. And he doesn't really crash that much anymore either.
Cole says he's going to do well at Paula because that's the only track he rides.
I think Paula is the worst track he might do at.
He said that's a big L on your part.
No, I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't think Paula he's going to do well.
Why? That is true. He's rode there in Paris basically.
Because Paula is still the most Supercross-esque track out of all the nationals. There's more rhythm style sections at Paula than there is anywhere else.
I guess it's still outdoors.
Yeah,
they're putting new sections in.
What all those people tell you when you go to California, you go to Paula though. It's nothing. It's not an outdoor track like the rest of them.
Well, I guess we'll see what he does there come Hangtown and Thunder Valley, and then we'll be able to make a better decision. But I don't know, man. I have a hard time seeing this, and especially with everybody. I mean, you got to think. What are the chances Chase isn't on the box every single moto?
I mean, honestly, let's be real. Outside of Jet being 100%, which we know he's not going to be, it's more likely that Chase goes out and gets the overall at Paul than anybody else. With him coming in all the momentum, actually coming in 100% healthy, it's more likely that he wins Paul as opposed to anybody else. Because I don't believe, I don't think Jet, Eli, or Prado are going to be 100%.
Yeah. I mean,
there's no way that any of those 3 are 100% by the time we come to Paula.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta see what Eli is like because I think Eli will get there. I mean, look at what happened last year, right? He came back, and we all were like, "Okay, how's this gonna go?" And it wasn't stupendous to start with, but by the time we got to the end of the year, we were like, "Ooh, okay."
Really makes me wonder though what his motive, what his mindset's going to be going in, because if he's leaving, which definitely all signs point to. I wonder if he's going to want to go in and he's going to want to try to prove a point outdoors.
I think he has a point to prove. Otherwise, why would he even be riding at this point?
Which is another factor that he's never really had outside of just wanting to win championships, like going out like, oh, hey, now I'm leaving Star because you guys are basically kicking me out the door. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to make you regret it.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I don't know about holding those kind of emotions for him because, okay, look, man, when Star signed you, the idea was like within 2 years you were going to be done. Like retired done, not just like
He also won 2 titles for them.
Yeah,
and he's on his way to a 3rd one.
I know, but the idea was not, hey, you're gonna ride for the next 6 years.
No, they thought he was gonna be retired by now.
So like we're already through year 3 here, on a lot of what we thought too, you weren't going to go back outdoors, and then you just keep not being able to stop. Speaking of Eli here, listen to Pulp this week. Had Wes and some other dude from Verb on there, and they were talking about doing. No, that wasn't it. It wasn't Pulp. I was listening to Gypsies with Garth Milan, and Garth was talking about back in the day doing a shoot for DC when Eli rode for Geico, and they were at, I think it was Kahia, and he's like, yeah, so I go in and think like, oh, this is gonna be great, whatever, and this is when Eli was on a Super Mini or something. He was young.
Probably like 07.
Yeah, and so him and what's his nuts, his dad are there, right? And John, and he's like, dude, it was so not easy because all they did was do their fucking motos like they were supposed to. He's like, and then it's like time to leave, and it's like, okay, with the DC ads, you need like a really good action shot and a really good
Burn
lifestyle
shot,
lifestyle shot. He's like, so I got the action shot. He goes, then we're like trying to do the lifestyle shot, and John's like, okay, we're out of here. And he's like, and I didn't even pay attention to him. I was just like, okay. And then I'm like trying to get Eli set up and take the picture or whatever. He goes, and then I just see this look of terror on Eli's face. I turn around and John's driving the motorhome down the road, leaving. Like, yep, we're done. We're out. See you later. Fuck off. Like, oh man, it's awesome. Speaking of which, I got to reach out to him, Garth Milan there. I want to see what their rates are for getting pictures and videos and stuff from the races. I'm sure it's not cheap, but
Yeah.
I'm just curious. To be honest, I didn't even know the whole Occupy Media thing or whatever. Like, I'd heard of it roughly, and probably looked at a couple of their things, but I didn't know exactly what they did. So listen to that. I was like, oh, okay, cool. But anyway, back to outdoors here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I think it's crazy how many dudes we have that all could win, but it's still so up in the air to me because so many of those guys we're talking about are coming off injuries.
yeah.
And like and if everybody was 100%, I think it'd be even more. I don't know, because if you would talk about everybody's 100%, say Eli's 100, Jet's at 100, Chase is at 100,
Okay, but
Prado's at 100, and he's next. Like, he's not dealing with the issues that he's dealing with. He's fine with the bike. He's fine with the one-day program. He's not coming off a shoulder injury. Then I'm telling you, I don't even know more about I know less.
Yeah. Well, okay, so let me ask you this. What do you think Jet's going to do?
At the first round or the entire season?
Let's just go the first half of the season. Because I think by midseason, as long as none of these guys get hurt, that's when we're going to start really seeing some stuff where it's going to be like, throw the names in a hat and pick them out, and that's what you're going to get every weekend.
I mean, dude, it'd be obviously be hard to bet against that he's not going to consistently do what he always does. He's definitely not going perfect season, and he obviously didn't.
I'm not saying perfect season.
Yeah, it obviously didn't go perfect season because of what happened last year. I mean, dude, it's hard to know. It's hard to know because by then you would think that Eli, we're going to have a good indication of what Eli's at. And if Eli's a 100 and he's comfortable and he's locked in, we know Eli on any given day can show up and beat anybody in the world. If Chase, we assume, might have some wins by then, so he's going to be confident, but we know he has this Jet mental block for some odd reason. Hopefully Prado has got some shit figured out so he could strike lightning or catch lightning in a bottle at any point. I mean, it's hard to believe, or it's hard not to think that Jet's going to do what Jet's going to do, but I think this right now, and I mean, granted, he's only completed 2 full seasons. This is going to be his hardest outdoor season. Okay, not outdoor season because he's only ran 1 full one. This is going to be his hardest test yet since he's been on the 450. And I know that's easy to say because he's only been on the 450 since the end of 2023. But this is going to be the toughest one yet because everything, and not only him, everybody else, everything is stacked against him at this point to go out and win a championship. People would be like, well, no, it's not because everybody else is coming off an injury. Okay, but that's why it's going to be even harder because of the fact we don't really know, like, who's going to come back better, though. Because Jet, he came back in SMX, but that injury was not a knee injury. And I know he's young and he has the access and resources to some of the best ortho people in the world. But knee injuries, it doesn't matter how fit you are. Knee injuries affect everybody differently. We don't know if that knee injury, how bad it's really going to affect him. We're going to know the first time he fucking plants that leg and he twists it. Hey, man, is it good to go? Is it not? How did it affect his physio? How did that affect his training? How in shape is he going to be? And I know that he's Jet, and we look at him like this freak, but, like, if he's coming in behind the 8 ball and you race your way into shape, But if by the time you get into shape, you're so far behind in points because you were struggling, like that's going to put him in a situation where he's never really been in since the 250 days.
Now,
and even then,
now when you say Cole says you need some Nano Extreme for all these painful takes. Now, when you say out of shape though, you're talking riding shape, right?
what do you mean? What do you think I meant when I said?
Well, I'm just saying because
Yeah.
he ain't gonna be out of shape because you can strap yourself to a bicycle and bicycle the day after surgery on a knee.
Yeah, but that's not
So
that's
he's
not race shape.
I mean,
though.
okay.
That's not
I
race
just
shape,
want to
though.
clarify that that's what you meant. Not
There's a
like
lot of
he's
people that-
literally gonna come off the couch or whatever.
There's a lot of people that are in physical shape. That's obvious. There's a difference between being race shape.
Yeah.
And being race shape is a lot different because even when you're doing testing during the week and doing training, that doesn't mean diddly dick until you have a gate drop.
Okay.
Like he's not gonna because it's all about the mental side of things. And I'm not saying that it's something that everybody doesn't know, but like it's easy to go out and do motos and put in 35s. How often do we say this? But the difference is when you're out there doing motos by yourself, you're not mentally putting yourself in a situation where like if you get loose, I'm gonna back it off. It doesn't mean anything.
He's not by himself. Hunter's there.
Yeah, but it still doesn't mean anything, though, because there's no consequence for him having a bad lap when he's doing motos during the week. If he has a bad lap outdoors, your mind goes to... That's the thing that I don't think a lot of people understand about, like, when people say race shape. And I don't know if it's ever really been explained, the difference between being in race shape and physical shape. It has nothing to do with your cardiovascular side. It's about where your brain puts your body in. Like, if I'm in a rhythm section in Supercross, and let's just talk about Supercross, and say the fast line is 3-3 quad, and I gotta go 3-3, and I spin up the face of what would be the 4, and I just like, I know I'm not gonna get over this, and I check up. Okay? In a race situation, your brain would go, fuck, dude. Like, that just blew the line. Like, is there somebody behind me? They're gonna close the gap. And then we all know when your brain starts doing things, you stop controlling your breathing, and I know I'm not saying things that a lot of people don't know, but I'm explaining it for people that don't understand, because we hear that thrown around. There's being in shape and there's being in race shape. It's what your brain is allowing the rest of your body to do. So it's the same thing. When you're training with Hunter during the week, you never can get yourself in a situation where you're like going to put yourself in a race situation where you're going to stress about losing a ton of time in a lap. Because if Jet's out there doing motos with Hunter and he gets loose, he knows that it doesn't mean anything. He's like, dude, I'm going to back it down. I'm going to take 2 laps off. There's no consequence for it. But he goes to outdoors. He loses a ton of time. We never know if he's like what he's thinking at that point. He's like, fuck, dude. Like, I just lost a ton of time. Eli might be out front. Chase is out. Whoever. It doesn't really matter. Whoever's out front. How do we know he stops breathing, controlling his breathing? That's when he's tightening up. That's when he's not getting loose. He's not light on the bike. So, like, that's what I mean by he's obviously in shape. We don't know how race shape he's going to be. That's what I mean. I don't ever think that Jet's going to come in out of shape. That's not the Jet's MO. Jet's too dialed in and locked in for that. Race shape, which ultimately comes down to mentally, how well is he going to be? Because he has, what? That'll be 4 months, 5 months since he's had a gate drop? When was Glendale? Early February? Late January?
February.
So like
Sometime in
early-
February.
so
Yeah,
like
mid
4.5,
to
5
early February.
Yeah, so like early 4 to 5.5 months since he had a real gate drop since his injury.
Yeah.
So, like, that's what I mean. I'm not worried that he's not going to figure that out. I'm just saying that, like, by mid-season, I think he's going to do Jet things, but I think this is going to be his toughest test yet because there's so many unknowns about what's going to happen.
Do you see him off the box though?
If Paul or for, like, through the mid-season.
Through the mid-season. I don't see him off the box in a moto. My thing is
I
like
think
we doubted him. Okay, he went out with that injury last year or whatever, right?
Who doubted him?
And we all, coming back for SMX, we all were like, what's going to happen?
Yeah, but I don't think
how is
anybody-
he going to come back?
Yeah.
He's never really been injured,
Yeah.
you know, whatever. And then it's like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? And then he comes out in North Carolina and just decimates everybody.
Well, he was 3 out of 3. He lost 3 motos and won 3 motos. So I
So-
don't say decimating. He didn't decimate. Vegas was good because obviously he won both motos.
Yeah.
But he
Did
also,
he win both in North Carolina too?
No. Eli won the first moto. He won the second moto.
Oh.
And then in Texas, he didn't win a moto.
But the first moto he was right behind Eli, right?
Yeah, but he still didn't win though.
Okay, so
So he won 3
yeah,
of 3.
but we
so
all
that's
were
good.
we all were everybody collectively in the industry was kind of like, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
And
for
then surprise, surprise, he comes back and he almost wins the first one there, and then wins the second one. So
Yeah.
like nothing new.
Yeah.
Gets the overall.
Yeah.
So I just don't. I don't know. I don't see him being off the podium the first 6 rounds. We'll call it. I don't see him not winning within the first 6 rounds,
Well, I
whether
think
you
he's
want to
gonna
call
win
it
for sure.
moto or overall.
For sure.
The
I'm not going that far.
Eli is the little bit more, just because we saw it take Eli so long to get going outdoors last year after that injury,
Mm-hmm.
after coming back, and again, I think that was just combined too, though, with having to come back from that when he tore his thing.
Yeah.
So you combine all that together, it was kind of like, ooh, oh boy. Where now it's like, okay, cool. It's just a broken leg.
Yeah.
So like, I think he'll be good.
Eli's the one
And
dude.
Chase obviously is locked in. Then again, though, you got to go with the Chase syndrome, which is
weird.
Him chasing down Jet and
Which
not
is
being able to
almost
get
like
by him.
Chase needs to get a start, and he just needs to be out front doing his own thing and not have any indication of where Jet is. Because if Chase is out front and he's like riding like he did last year, and and he doesn't have to pass Jet,
Yeah.
I think Chase is fine. I think if Chase has no indication of where Jet is on the track and he's out front, I think anybody's gonna have a hard time. Because let's be real, there was a couple times, and I won't even talk about Hangtown. I'll just go to the end of the season. There was a couple times last year that if that's Chase out front, I don't care who you are, you're having a hard time running that guy down. That's gonna be real fucking hard.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, like, Eli is the one dude where I'm like, if he's locked in and he's 100%, I don't know what you're going to get, because there's races where, like, I could see Eli and Jet starting together, and if Eli rides like Eli wins.
Yeah, I can
So
see it
that's
too.
that's
Well,
like,
not only that, I could see those two putting 30 seconds on everybody.
Oh, for sure.
Including Chase.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree at all. I fully agree with you.
All right, so we're getting to the 250 LCQ
Could you
here.
imagine if RJ doesn't make the main?
Oh my God, that'd be.
I don't want to put that
RJ
juju
move.
out into the ether, but Jesus.
Before we jump too deep into this, though, right now, 2-day 450 outdoor title pick.
Do you want me to be the respectful guy?
I just want your honest opinion of who you think is going to win the 450 outdoor title today, the final Supercross race.
All right, because I don't know where everybody else is going to get, I'm going to be the respectful guy, and I'm going to go with the defending champ because he has the least amount of question marks, and I'm going to go Chase Sexton.
All right, well.
But that's only because of the fact that I don't know where everybody else is at. If you asked me this question and I knew that everybody else is 100%, I don't pick Chase.
I'm not going to say it's a bad thing because he is healthy after
But
all.
I think there's a lot of people that would go, "Are you serious?" If you were telling me that Chase, Jet were 100%,
I'm not going to say, are you serious? Everybody else is coming off injuries.
Yeah.
Okay. So, like, there's that. And then, like I said, and like he has all the
rides like
momentum
he did
for
last
how well.
year.
Yeah.
If he rides like he did last year, that guy can beat everybody else.
Mm-hmm.
But if you were asking me this question where Chase and Jet were 100% and Prado wasn't coming in and this wasn't his first year, I would honestly tell you I have no idea. I wouldn't be able to answer that question.
Yeah.
I really don't. I really have no idea because I think you could flip a coin and any one of those dudes.
I think that, like I said, I think that's the way it's going to get after midseason is you're going to be able to put all of the top 10 guys' names in a hat and basically pick them all out.
Which is crazy.
For the podium every
is
single
crazy.
week. So, all right, we got 250 LCQ going on here. My 450 outdoor title pick, I mean, I got to go with my guy Jet.
I mean, obviously that's a great pick too.
I
He was
was
a
going to say
2023
there's not really an argument to it. It's like, okay, cool, whatever.
There's not really. I mean, honestly, I think this is the first time in a while. I think if you pick any one of, because I mean, there's going to be people that'll leave Prado off, which is in good reason. So like Chase, Jet, and Eli, if you pick any one of those dudes, I don't think that's a bad pick.
Yeah.
I really don't. I don't think anyone. They're all three outdoor champions.
Yep.
One of them was undefeated in 2023. One is rookie year. The other one had a great season last year, and I mean, fucking Eli's Eli. So like, I don't think any one of those picks.
Eli's a 4-time
Yeah.
champ.
Could you imagine if he wins his 5th title at age 30? How old is he now? 32?
Gotta be 32.
Oh my God.
Maybe
Yeah.
even 33, but I don't know. He doesn't talk to anybody except rodeo people, so
Yeah,
I guess
know.
we got to
He just
become.
he just hangs out with his wife.
Can you
and
imagine
kids.
going to a rodeo and you just randomly run into Eli Tomac and
I'd be like,
you just hear, and up next, Jessica Tomac, and you're just like, wait, what?
what? What? I'd be like, yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, dude, either way, Paula is going to be buck wild.
Yep.
Paula's going to be buck wild.
Yep. And after these LCQs, we'll talk 250 outdoors.
Which is going to be even
here,
more buck wild.
Which is going to be even more crazy because there's 20-something factory do. Well, now we're down one because
the start
Davies.
Team, the start team's
but,
down quite a bit.
But we'll talk about that here after this 250 LCQ. So we got Hampshire's out front, Yoder running second. I can't fucking tell now because we're looking at Gavin Towers.
Yeah, it's Avery Long.
So no shock that RJ's out front. RJ needs to quit doing these big jumps because he just needs to make the main.
I think honestly they should. If I'm RJ, I protest to widen the track by 10 feet next year. Just widen it by 10 feet, bro. I'm sick of tagging these tough blocks.
I need 6 inches more every single straightaway.
Never mind. I'm not gonna do anything with that comment.
My old man was building a thing to go in my mom's greenhouse the other day, and he was like, "What do you think, Tam?" And she was like, she went over. She's like, "Well, it's too tall." I was like, "You just need 6 inches less." And then he walked by a little bit later. I was like, bet you never heard that before, huh? Ah!
Giggity.
Oh, giggity. Giggity, giggity. Giggity, goo.
Look at Gavin Towers.
Gavin Towers.
Gavin Towers.
Ripping Phoenix Honda.
Oh, my God.
Own.
I wonder if they're going to pull somebody else. I wonder if they're going to try to bring up old Tiger Wood for outdoors since good old Evan Ferry is not going to be riding.
I don't know.
I mean, you're going outdoors in the 250s with Cullen. Well, I mean, I don't know. I guess I don't know if they're going outdoors in the 250 class. We didn't know if Cullen Park was going to have a ride, a couple weeks before January. Cullen Park, Gavin Towers, and Nick Romano. So, I mean, that's a good squad, but you would think that they put
All
them
top
up.
15 dudes, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, for sure. And I mean, Nick Romano on his good days could be top 10.
Yeah.
But
I think old Cullen Park there will surprise some people outdoors there.
if you're those guys, do you put him on a 450 for outdoors?
Yep.
Yeah, I would too. Him and
He's-
Dylan.
Yeah, he's too
He's
big
just a
for that
big dude.
250. Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a big dude.
So
RJ's like, I'm just gonna back her down about 25%.
that seems like a great idea.
Yeah, at this point, I just need to make it the mains.
Yeah. You know who Wes Watson is?
Who?
Wes Watson.
No, I don't.
Oh man, he's an online influencer.
Oh, okay.
Never mind. It doesn't really matter then. Somebody was making comments on the internet about his I mean, first off, I have friends that have like fucked with him
Okay.
because, he's one of those guys, "Oh, I make all this money, whatever." And they're like, "Bro, how do you make all this money on $15 whatever?" Like my friends are literally like, "I've called his hotline.
Yeah.
He answers."
Good Lord.
They're like, "You make all this money and you answer the phone? Like, what the fuck, man?" And then I guess like the new thing is everybody's saying that he's not 6 foot or 6'2", whatever he says he is, maybe 6 foot. And so then he was online running his mouth about like, come to the gym and freaking
He's a
measure
gym
me.
influencer.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
So he supposedly went to jail, and
Great start.
was a big drug dude or whatever. I don't know, dude. It's crazy. He's all tatted up, like tats on his head, everything. Dude, it's crazy. And he runs around cussing and swearing and fucking all this shit and fitness stuff. I don't know. Well, this guy saw his thing, and so then he went to the gym to measure him.
Yeah.
Like, and then he gets all pissy at him, and it's like you put it out online that if they don't believe your height, they come to the gym and measure you. And if you just get measured, we could all see that you're 5'8" and fucking move on with our lives.
Where's this dude from?
Fuck, I don't know, dude. It's not hard to find him. Look him up.
But he's a gym. But he's like, is he a big social media influencer?
Oh yeah.
Okay. So the guy that went to there's a guy that I also follow that does he follows the IFBB Pro and he does a lot of the workout shit and actually a shtick. He goes to all these IFBB stuff and all these muscle fitness shows and his big thing is because we know gym influencers have fucking syndromes. He goes, well, because they all claim this and that. He goes, well, then can I measure you? Can I weigh you on the scale? And then they get all like pissed off at him. And one of the guys back in the day was Rich Piana.
This is the guy.
No, Jesus.
You should hear him talk, dude. He's a fucking. It's unbelievable, man. It's unbelievable. So anyway, yeah, he's quite the thing. The first couple times I listened to him, I was like, all right, I can get into this, right? Like he's big. Oh, RJ won the LCQ. Good job, buddy.
Good job, RJ. You made it to
Well,
the
at
main.
least we're in the main.
You're only in a title fight.
At least we're in the main there, so that's great. Yeah, the first couple times I listened to him, I was like, all right, I can get into this. Like he's motivational in a sense, get off your ass, fatty, like get going, that kind of shit, whatever. But then like about the third time I listened to him, I was like, fuck, I can't do this no more.
Dude, those like fitness social media influencers, like, oh my god, dude, some of them are just I can't. There's only one that I really follow, and that's Seth Faraci. And outside of that, those other dudes, my god, man. Well, the thing is, they're all on gear. And it doesn't help too that like you're one main dude and like one of the main guys is Bradley Martin and he talks like he has a dildo in his mouth all the time. Like I hate that dude so much. He's such a jackass. And his big shtick is like, I'm 260, I can beat anybody up. So he taught like when he brings in UFC guys or boxers or whatever. And he just like yeah, I know that you probably won't know who this guy is, but there's this one guy. He's actually known as
You'd be surprised. I'm pretty good at this stuff.
So the flyweight king, Demetrius Johnson.
Oh,
Mighty
you're
Mouse.
talking UFC guy.
Yes.
Oh, I'm out.
So like this. So Demetrius Johnson, He's known as the flyweight king. He's actually one of the top 5, like in most people's lineup, as like one of the greatest MMA guys of all time.
Has he ever had to fight Patty the Batty?
Demetrius Johnson was out of the UFC and over in one championship over in Asia at this point. But like
Oh.
he's defended like the flyweight title so many times, like 8 times. Like I think he's only lost twice or whatever. But like he recently retired. But he's like, I think Demetrius is like 5'6", 5'7". Like normally fought at 125. When he went over to one championship, he fought at 135. But like he's talking about how he's like, dude, in a street fight, I'd beat his ass. Like, you know, I'm 260 or whatever. And then he had a couple MMA guys out there, and they're like, dude, they're like, as far as strength, yes, but they're like, Demetrius is a BJJ black belt. They're like, you go to throw, and it would happen so slowly in his mind. He would have you mounted in a guillotine before you even knew what happened, and you'd be choked out on the floor. He's like, well, I'm 260. His big thing is well, I could kick his ass in a street fight. We had Nick Diaz on there one time, and I fucking cannot stand Nick Diaz. Or he had Nate
I
Diaz.
think I remember him doing this.
Yeah, and
talking
Nate,
shit to Nick
yeah,
Diaz, and I'm
yeah,
like,
and he was just like, he was always talking shit to Nate, and Nate's just like laughing the whole time. He's like, okay, whatever, bro.
okay, I was just saying, my thing is like, some of those guys are so technically good that, like, yes, maybe in a street fight you could throw something that they don't even see coming because they're just trying to be so technical about it, right? But like Nate Diaz. No,
Dude.
Nate Diaz will pull out a gun and shoot you more than likely.
And it makes me laugh too. And I know that you come in like you coming from the gym style stuff, and you like a lot of people that you hung out with and seeing all that. But I always laugh when the big thing is, and all the trolls and all the people that follow. They're like, well, they got all these muscles, they can lift all. And I'm like, dude, that doesn't mean shit in a fight. I'm like, I want you to have fucking 24-inch biceps. I want you to have thighs and quads the size of a fucking like a tree trunk, because that means you move so slowly. I can have your back mounted before you even fucking knew what happened.
And you're so tired. By the time I run 2 circles around you and you turn around twice, you're gonna be like,
everybody equates like, oh, I'm big and ripped. There's only one dude on this planet where I'm like, that would actually work, and that's Brian Shaw. Because Brian Shaw, if he ever connected with a punch,
yeah,
you would fucking, your jaw would break. But there's still dudes at heavyweights that would fucking ragdoll Brian Shaw. So it's like, I don't know, but like, yeah, Bradley Martin, like the fitness influencer dudes, like I can't stand it. Plus they're all on gear and they're so steroided up.
oh man, I was listening to you know who George Danko is?
George Janko?
Yeah.
I followed him when he was on Logan Paul's
I was
show.
listening to his stuff.
I'm super religious now.
Yeah, I was listening to his thing the other day with Jack Doherty.
I can't stand that
Talk
kid.
about a fucking retard, dude.
You want to talk about a simp?
Dude, he is. He's a fucking retard.
He's fucking terrible. His OnlyFans and like everything
Yeah.
is just like he's a fucking simp. But anyways.
Oh, sorry. I guess I'm not unmuting that. We're just going to watch
Yeah.
the 450 LCQ here in and amongst our influencer talk.
Yeah, sorry
here.
guys. It's the LCQ, so we're just kind of bantering.
Yeah, there's our guy, Kev. Gear looks good.
Yeah. I always like the white helmet. It's always looking clean.
Yeah.
But
For
yeah,
sure.
anyways, Jack Doherty. That kid's
Dude, he's a fucking retard, dude.
he's like everything that's wrong with kids these days.
Well, I make these girls all this money.
Cool, bro.
All right. And
What's your point? You also wrecked a $350,000 Lamborghini because you're an asshole.
no, it was a fucking McLaren.
Oh, I thought it was a Lambo.
No, it was a
well,
McLaren
either way.
crash there.
Well, either way.
And he claims, because they talked about that on the show, because I saw that too, and he talks about that on the show too, that they were only doing 38 miles an hour and it just completely hydroplaned.
Kev ripping a holy.
That boy, Cav. Main event Morans right there,
Main
baby.
event Morans.
Main event Morans.
Good old
On the prowl here.
Good old 30K Kev Richer. Was it 30K? How much was it?
25 something.
All right, so what? 5 went to Jerry, right?
2,500 because of 10%.
20, oh, yeah, 2,500. Okay, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
and he actually won a little bit more because there was some prop bets he won too.
Yeah,
We got to
yeah.
get in on those prop bets next year because I just want to hear Steve say Moto Aftermath show on there.
Like, who the fuck are these guys?
Either that or-
Mitchell.
Either that or I'm going to make an X account that says that's called like Steve Sucks Dick. So they have to be like, so Steve Sucks Dick donated.
And get Phil to say it.
Get Phil to say it. It'd be awesome. That boy Cav. Here we go. Looking sporty tonight.
Looking sporty.
Looking sporty.
Love how everybody says that shit now.
I am a little sad we're not getting to listen to Stu talk.
Yeah.
Okay, so he's going to double over that.
We'll get to hear him talk.
3,
outdoors.
and then, okay, that was a good line, Kev. Good job, buddy.
We'll get to hear Stu's soothing voice outdoors.
Soothing.
Just throwing low key shade on everyone and not even really meaning to.
Well, it's hard to argue with that guy.
It really is. Ricky, he's an idiot. But like Stu, you're like, yeah, okay. Which is so funny, dude, because like 20 years ago, that would have been like, there's no way anybody would have been like, yeah, I'm going to listen to what Stu says over Ricky. People hated James.
Yeah.
And I'm like, fast forward 20 plus years, and we're like, everybody loves Stu. People hate Ricky. I'd be like, exactly.
All right, so we got Kev out front, Harlan second, Mitchell Harrison third.
Good old name that flashed back to 2022, Joan
Cross.
Fucking wild, dude. Remember when that dude was like making almost
every main? Dude.
Fucking ripping star. He was the whole shot king.
Ripping whole shots, dude.
And now it's just like, he's just on a privateer Yamaha.
And I remember seeing him in Indy that year, and it's just like him and his chick just like in the corner. And then I see Diffie just like helping him load stuff.
Wild.
It is. It really is.
I think in the summertime he runs the Brazilian series. If I'm
Oh, is that what he does?
I think so. I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I saw him run a couple Brazilian rounds.
Who was the one foreign guy last year that came over here, privateer dude that made SMX?
Yeah.
You know, they did features on him and everything.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
What is his name? Something with a K.
What?
Something with a K.
Oh, Kulas, Harry Kulas.
Yes.
Yeah.
Harry.
He'll be back for outdoors.
Harry Kulas.
He'll be
Well,
back
of course
for
he
outdoors.
will. He likes the SMX money, bro.
Yeah, of course he does, bro. Fucking didn't make diddly dick squat. You know, running GPs and getting 15th.
Because there's no purse for GPs, which is still crazy to me.
There's not even a salary unless you're, Tim Geiser or Jeffrey Hurlings.
Yeah.
Which is or Roman Fevra.
Yeah.
Those are about the three dudes that actually make a decent amount of money. Well, I say decent and relatively. Like, I'd like to make $90K a year.
Yeah.
But, like, for those guys.
Yeah, but for somebody who is a professional athlete.
Yeah, like Lucas Kunin.
Yeah.
Dude, when I heard he was making $90K, I'm like, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Nope.
That's a joke.
Welcome to the GPs. Well, didn't I tell you Dino had an offer to go do GPs?
Yeah.
2 years ago, last year maybe?
Yeah.
And he thought it was a joke when they put the contract in front of him. $14K to win.
Nice. Yeah, don't get me wrong. I'd like to take just an extra $14K, for one day. But like when you're Dean Wilson and you're used to making, six figures literally your entire life.
You're making six figures as a dude on a secondary team in the U.S.
I mean, dude, his PC contract his first 2 years. Buddy of mine that hung out with all those, dude, he was making like $650K.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. $650K.
I mean, you got to think back then, dude. Like shit was wild. Like obviously, there's
yeah,
not.
I guess that's true.
Yeah, dude, shit was buck wild.
Was heydays back then.
Yeah, I mean, dude, I don't think it was ever confirmed, but I think there was a lot of people that thought I think Barsha's first year. I mean, dude, he was probably close to like 800 maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's never been confirmed, but I mean, dude, a lot of those guys were making an insane amount of money back then. Oh yeah, poor Grant Harlan, dude. He's always on the other end of those.
Another interesting thing that they talked about on Pulp this week, they had Jess Pettis on there.
Okay.
And Jess Pettis was really liking how that one team up there, the Honda
GDR
team,
Honda?
yeah,
Yeah.
posted the salaries or
Yep.
whatever. Which again, too, if you think about it, right? So whoever it was there on GDR, and I'm sorry, I'm blanking on names here.
Dylan Wright.
Dylan Wright was the top guy, right?
Yep. Dylan Wright's like the fucking.
So
like
he's getting $120K
Yep.
to do 8 rounds.
Yep, and then Noah Viney is only on bonus, and then Ryder McNabb is making, I think it was 75K.
Yeah.
For 250.
Yeah, for 8 rounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, dude,
sign me up.
I mean, let's be real. Dylan Wright, dude, he's the defending 450 champ. So,
Yeah.
of course he's gonna make that money, and it deserved so. And you're the top Canadian dude.
Yep.
You better be making 6 figures. I think it would have been almost a ridiculous had he not been making 6 figures as a guy who has won that many championships.
Yep.
The Noah Viney thing doesn't surprise me. As far as I know, I think his family's got money, so I don't think money's even a big issue for him.
They gotta have some sort of money because that kid, I feel like he's been not quite pro for 4 years now.
That is the best way to describe Noah Viney. Not quite pro, but not really.
So the only way you do that is your parents got a bunch of money.
Yeah, pay to play.
Yep.
It's not who you know; it's who you blow.
Rhino.
Good old Ryan Hughes.
And our man Kev
and of course,
throws down.
Mitchell getting second.
Mitchell second.
Just those two are locked into
Just
each
locked
other.
together.
Don't understand that.
16-17 in the main.
So, where are you guys going to finish? 1-2 in the LCQ. We're going to finish in the
man.
main. 16-17.
So, all right. So with that being said here, let's good job, Kev.
Good job, buddy.
Proud of you, buddy. Maybe we call him after the race.
Anyways.
All right, let's talk 250 outdoors here now.
Okay.
As long as we're doing this here.
Might as well.
So 250 outdoor preview here brought to you by our friends at ProFlow Racing. All right, let's start with number 1. I'm going to write this down as we go.
Okay.
We're going to say it at the same time. You ready? 3, 2, 1. Deegan.
I mean, in all due respect, it's hard not to. He's the
Defending champ. He's the outdoor guy in 250.
He's the outdoor guy, but I do think, though, a lot of people have a little bit of obviously you can't say recency bias because it's been a year, but I think a lot of people do have a little bit of a jaded memory on how his outdoors went. So, like, let's go into it for a minute.
Okay, go ahead.
Obviously, other than the high point split with Ty, like, dominated the first, 4 rounds?
3 or 4, yeah.
So
yeah.
Paula, he didn't dominate because he didn't win every race, but he dominated as far as
He was good. He was really, really good.
Yes, very, very good. Paula, Hangtown, Thunder Valley was on his way to go in 1-1 at Hangtown until he decided to tornado himself into the ground. Thunder Valley, and then Southwick came out and killed it. But after Southwick, and I went back and did this because, like, just like everybody else, we had been so far removed from outdoors. I'm like, yeah, I started thinking the same way. I'm like, yeah, dude, like, he won by such a big margin, wrapped up early. Like, he dominated outdoors. Then I went back and looked at it, and I'm like,
Mid-season wasn't that good.
no, that's what I'm getting to. He had 1 overall after Southwick. 1 overall. And that was Washougal. Him and Tom, when they split, he didn't even win. It's not like he only won the 1 overall and then won a bunch of motos and then had a bad moto. There was a lot of motos where he didn't win at all. So it's like, I went back and I'm like, that's weird. I'm like, how the fuck did he win the? Because once again, we're so far removed, like, you can only remember so much, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, well, how the fuck did he wrap up the title early? And then I go, well, it's because his bad motos were like a 3rd, a 4th, a 5th. And then everybody was racing, a la Hymas, a la Kitchen, Ty Masterpool there for a while, Vial. Their bad motos were a 9th, a 10th. If you're in Hymas's position at Unadilla, a DNF. So it's like, I think, and I just want to put that out there because even though Deegan, and we both agree, is going to be the guy. He's the defending champ. He deserves to be the number 1 guy. He won more races than everybody else last year as far as motos. He wasn't as dominant as we all would lead to believe. Like, he was dominant at the beginning of the series, but he won 1 overall and didn't even go 1-1 after Southwick. So it's like, he won because he was more consistent, which is part of winning championships.
Yep.
But I got locked into like everybody else. Like, people are like, oh, he dominated.
No, actually, when you started talking about that, I was like, yeah, he did not do.
He didn't.
Like, I remember going mid-season and he wasn't winning motos, and we were all like, what the hell's happening?
So it was just, he was more consistent, and that's part of
Yeah,
it. And once again,
his results last year for outdoors, overalls.
Yes.
1-1-1.
Yep. Yep.
2.
Yep. That was a Time Master pool.
Yep. 1.
Yep.
And then 5-2-1, 2-3-4.
So he was really good, but he didn't dominate.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of those ones, it's not like he even won the moto. He was just more consistent.
Yeah.
Like, Millville didn't win a moto.
Yeah.
So it's like, I got sucked in the same thing. I'm like, man, yeah, he was dominant. I went back and I'm like, no, he was just way more consistent than everybody else. But once again, title favorite, deserves to be. So, all right, so that's Deegan. So then you get 2 through 5. So who do you got?
Fuck, I don't know, man.
All right, so let me give mine. And I
Okay.
think this is kind of like, I think we can pick up off last year if we're going off last year. I think that Hymas, Kitchen, and Vial should probably be in there because those were the guys from last year. And we know that 2 of them, Vial and Hymas, are going to come in 100%. Kitchen has been riding for quite a while, but I think Kitchen, because of last year, he won overalls. He was in the points chase for a little bit, and then he kind of had some midseason slump, as he does.
Mm-hmm.
But he was one of the few guys that, like, speed for speed, was able to match Deegan and get the best of him a few times. The 5th, I mean, as much as I was going to put Davies in there, but the unknown, dude, I really believe, and call me a homer, Seth wins this title tonight. I think Seth has got to be that 5th guy.
Man, I
Because
can't.
Seth, I think, is better even outdoors than he is in Supercross.
Like, I can't argue it, but at the same time, I'm just like, man, but we haven't seen anything out. Like, he's good.
he's got podiums, he's led races.
He's good, but it's kind of like Supercross. I got to see it.
Yeah.
Like, I
And that's
got to
fair.
see it.
And that's fair, and that is totally fair.
Yeah.
And like I just said, call me homer, call me biased, but I think that if he's proven he can get through Supercross, something that he's had worse times getting through than outdoors,
Yeah.
and he can win a title, and this is a big if, we're about to see, can win a title, and he's better outdoors, and obviously now he's down at the dog pound, he's working with Burner, he's working with Jet and Hunter, he's riding with Hymas every day, so he's going to know where he stacks up speed-wise.
Mm-hmm.
Cardio has never been his issue. It's always been up top. Dude, you come in, you're like, yeah, man, like I'm coming off a title. I think I got to slip him in there. But I would not have a problem if anybody else didn't. I think that's me being biased, and that's fine. Call me a homer. But do you agree with Vial, Kitchen, and Hymas?
Yeah, you have to go with those guys. And then, dude, honestly,
And I know the fifth is tough, but who you got?
you got to put J-Mart in there.
Okay. See, I got no problem with that.
You
I just
gotta
didn't put
put
him
J-Mart
because
in
we
there.
Don't know if he's running the whole series,
It looks more promising every time a star guy gets hurt.
which is a
Which
bummer.
is bummer, but I'm just saying, every time a star guy goes out, you're like, well, J-Mart's just going to ride some more rounds.
Would you have had Davies in there had he not been hurt, or would it have still been kind of a wait and see because we don't know? Because the only time we've seen Davies
I
was
still would have been wait and see. And then you've got this other unknown here.
Mikael Harrop.
What about Eric?
I mean, dude, on any given day, I've said this, Harrop can get top fives. He can lead motos, man. I mean, he's another guy that you look at and you're like, yeah, bro, if you're going off speed. And he was the only guy really last year outside of a few times with Sasha and Adamo that really was able to challenge Koonin and DeWolf speed for speed outdoors. Yeah, I mean, dude, he could come out and set the world on fire. And he's another guy that if he can get the program, the one-day format figured out soon, he might come in and fuck shit up for everybody.
Does Schmoda do anything?
I love Joe, but no. I don't see how this is going to be any different. Like, he's going to struggle at the beginning, and he's going to pick it up halfway in, but no. And honestly, man, there's a ton of other dudes. I mean, but we don't know when they're going to be back healthy. I think the only other guy that you can look at is Ty.
I was
Ty
just
was
about
the
to
only
ask.
other guy.
I was just about to ask when we get to Kawasaki here. Drew Adams, Ty Masterpool.
I don't see Drew. I think Drew's going to be top 10. Masterpool is the only one because obviously he had an overall last year. He led motos. Ty is very spicy. He started his outdoor prep very early this year, so we know he's going to come in prepared. And the videos I've seen, he looks really good. Although, homeboy, you got to shift and get off the rev limiter because you're going to grenade that bike. But Ty still scares me because he still has those mid-season slumps.
Okay.
And look what happened after he did really, really well at High Point, the Wick, and Redbud. He was outside the top 10 at Millville.
Yeah. And you don't think Drew Adams does anything?
I think Drew's top 10, but I don't. Drew, I don't know if he has that top-end speed to run with those boys. And part of me believes that if he gets in a situation where he's got those dudes, just say for the sake of this, you got Hayden hounding your ass and you're out front.
Yeah.
I think Drew is just not ready for that mentally. And that's okay, bro. He's 17 years old.
Yeah.
Or 16 or whatever.
Yeah.
17. Like, that's fine. So then you go, like, okay, who else do you got? Like, I mean, if everybody's back healthy with Star, like, not
Thrasher.
Dex, not Mosman. Thrasher's really good, but he's never really had that flash of brilliance outdoors.
Okay.
Like Anstey and Brown, like when they're healthy, I mean, could
I
they?
don't know.
Could
I
they
don't
do
know.
it? I mean, if Anstey, the way he did in Supercross, shows up for outdoors,
But Anstey didn't show up last year when he was on that bike.
what about Pierce Brown? I mean, Pierce
I don't
Brown.
know.
Yeah.
Or
I mean-
any of the Rockstar Gas Husky dudes coming back.
Well, RJ's not going to be
I
outdoors
know
no matter
RJ.
what. So then you go.
I don't know. He didn't make it sound that way in the press conference yesterday.
But he's 450 though.
I know. Yeah. I
So,
mean,
like,
yeah,
so-
that's a thing. But
So then you think about okay. So then you think about like what about Juju?
that was my next question. You think he does anything? Because I'm doubtful.
I think Juju will really be good on the hard pack shit. So you think about the first three or the first four actually. You think about Paula, you think about Hangtown, you think about Thunder Valley High Point. I think he's gonna struggle bus the Wick and Redbud in Millville. I think Washougal he could be spicy. I think Washougal he could be really, really spicy. Like honestly, if you're asking me what round Juju could win, it's Washougal. Even though Hayden and Tom put on a clinic there last year, Washougal is right up Juju's alley as far as dirt. So then you go to Ironman. Not so much. Unadilla maybe, and then we go to Budds Creek. Like, dude, Budds Creek is a follow the leader track, so that's all basically going to start.
Yeah.
So Juju could be spicy. So then you go to the Gas boys, Cochran and Ryder D, loads of fucking talent. I'm not betting the house on Ryder D or Casey Cochran that they can be consistent enough.
Okay.
Ryder D had his moments, and Cochran led Millville last year after the downpour. Okay.
Yeah.
And then you go to the rest of the Cowie boys. I mean, we gave Kitchen, Seth, so, like, McAdoo's not going to be back. And honestly, no offense to Cam. If Cam's back, still, Cam has never been crazy fast outdoors. He had his moments. So then that really only leaves the club boys. Cody Schock. Okay. Cody Schock. Devin Simonson, no. What about Max Volan?
Well, I don't know, man. But with that being said, we have the 250 main event coming up here. So
All right, who's your title pick then? Right now, is it Deegan?
Deegan.
Is
It's hard to bet against him.
Is it tougher than last year though?
No.
All right, because I'm going tougher than last year. I think Deegan is a fair bet to win the title, but I think it's a lot tougher than last year because I think a lot of these guys are going to be more consistent. But Deegan win the title, like I have no problems with that. But
Okay.
if you told me that Levi Kitchen won the title, I still wouldn't either because once again, this 250 class is fucking buck wild. All right, Seth, let's get her done, buddy.
250 main event coming up here.
Let's get through the first turn clean, everybody.
This is
clean.
the
Those
two,
with no
250 East here. Oh boy, we're in gear.
Oh, come on.
Revs are up and gates down. Fire. There we go.
All right,
Seth.
the PC and Juju.
Ooh, look at Seth.
Deegan.
Deegs.
Seth.
Vial got Seth.
And Vial. All right, Deegan's out front. That's cool. Whatever. I don't really care about that.
Yep. So that's cool. So he's out of here.
That's
and
fine. Well, I don't know. Juju's right behind him.
Let's see.
Nope,
here.
is that Tom?
Yeah, that's Tom. Yeah, no, that's Tom.
All right, I couldn't tell because Juju was in there, and then
Yep, no, Juju's right behind. So it's Deegan, Vial, Seth,
and
and
Seth's gonna go around Tom in
Juju.
the whoops.
Yep.
Juju might go past both of them in the whoops.
Oh,
a little bit
no,
of wheel
Seth
spin.
got a little wheel spin there, kick sideways. So
All right. Well, this is the way you could have scripted it as far
Yep.
as 250 East goes.
where's poor RJ? Oh, there he is. He's about 6th, 7th, maybe.
Yeah.
ninth.
Unfortunately, RJ's title hopes are pretty much kaput at this point.
I'm not saying nothing, man. I watched Zacho win a title in 2017.
Yeah, Zacho also decided to
In a way that
arrow
was
himself into Joey.
unreal. So, all right. So, yeah. So here it is right now, though, is Seth and Vial. Mono e mono here. This will be interesting to see. Bomare, Thrasher in 5th. Lopes behind that.
Dude, could you imagine if Tom fucking wins this title?
Dude, talk about unfucking real.
I mean, honestly, man, I'm also a big Tom Vial guy. I want Seth to win this because it'll be his first title. He reinvented himself this year. But fucking, if Tom just pulls this out of his ass and wins a second title.
Can we talk about how stupid it is that they're talking that if Vial does win this title and moves to 450, that they're going to run 3 450 guys and 1 250 dude?
Who's the third 450? Oh, yeah, I guess if Eli goes to the
If
third.
Eli
yeah.
goes there, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I don't know either,
It's
man.
wild to me that Tom has only been here since 2023 and that he's already going to be putting himself in a situation that he's won too much, that he's got to bump 450. It's crazy.
Yeah, who knows?
It's absolutely crazy to me.
Ooh, Seth came up way short.
Seth.
Come on. Oh, Seth.
Oh, no.
Get it together, buddy.
Oh,
Wow.
it's coming on
Clank-
full. Oh.
Clanked the shit out of 2 of them in a row, but that whoop run was good. He was nice and straight through the whoops there. I do like this drone shot for that, like how
I
we
do.
can see overhead here and really see like if they're going side to side or something. But Seth, you got to get it together, brother. Regroup.
Yeah, honestly, right now, Deegan's out front. That's cool. I don't really care about that at
Yep.
this point. Like, that is what it is.
Deegs is the dude, so whatever. See ya. Thanks for coming. We're just watching basically Vial and Hammaker here and seeing.
Enzo Lopes is going to try to just slam the shit out of RJ.
Look at RJ up to 6th. RJ just comes through, wins this fucking title.
I mean, he's already closing on Thrasher.
But he can't. He'd have to go get Deegan.
No,
though.
he's got to win. Yeah, he's got to win. He's got, even if he were to get second,
Yeah.
he's got to have Vial
Oh,
and
boy.
Seth finish what? 2 spots behind?
Yeah. No, he has. If
he gets second.
yeah. So if he wins, then he's good.
Yeah, but if he gets second, then he's got to.
Yeah, because he actually had it the easiest out of all of them because his job was just go win.
Yeah, just go
There
win.
wasn't anything else to it. Just go win. So,
And Juju's making a run.
I mean, even if Hammaker loses this title, right?
Great season, though.
Can't
Great
be
season.
upset.
Just a renaissance season
You
for him.
can't be upset.
You
You
went
got
from
to
a-
be like, you know what? We went from basically being irrelevant to literally coming down the last round for a title.
You went from a guy that won a race, could win races, but mostly podiums, but honestly never made it past the 3rd round in Supercross, to
Yep.
leading a championship, winning 2 races. Oh, woo! Fucking hung the front wheel bad going into the pocket there. And, dude, Juju's whoop speed is just unreal.
He's really good, man. He
Unreal.
just has to get better on these soft tracks.
Well, you know, it helps when Davey Millsaps is your trainer as well.
Although it doesn't hurt when he says, or it doesn't help when he says, "Well, dirt's dirt." Okay, we can clearly see you're not
No,
good
it's
in
not,
the other
bro.
dirts.
And you know what?
brother.
Honestly, I commend him for that, for not like using that as an excuse.
Yeah.
Because anybody that would see the clear disparity between him and the Ruts as opposed to just this packed up shit, be like, yeah, man, I'm just not comfortable on the East Coast shit. Honestly, say what you want about Juju, he is not fallen for, I'm going to use this as an excuse the entire season. Like, look how many times they wanted to go, well, your shoulder wasn't great after Arlington. He's like, no, I just need to be better.
Yeah.
So I can respect the hell out of that dude.
Yeah.
Like, I love accountability amongst these dudes. So
Ooh,
many of these dudes. That's
He just went 4 over that table.
late into the main, dude. That is a sketchy huck to do.
That was really sketchy. It's been sketchy all day because it's like just long enough that it's easy to hang that rear wheel on that lip of that. And trust me, those tables don't look that bad. Sitting here watching on TV, those things are steeper than fuck.
Well, the problem is too is that everybody looks at the knuckle on the backside and they're like, "Oh, it's rounded," so you don't just hung. The problem is the way that they make those landings.
It's rounded.
And then it
it's
drops.
like this.
Yeah,
like
they round it off so like you can hang the front wheel. So normally you would think the pocket would like lift a little bit.
Yeah.
But it rounds and then the pocket pushes back, so it literally goes from rounding it. So you almost have to frame it. And then it just drops off. So if the front wheel hangs, it just keeps dipping down.
Take it from a guy who went to a Supercross track and was like, "Oh, jumping this little tabletop will be easy," and almost died on it on the first lap. It's not that easy.
No, our Thrasher's going backwards. RJ zapped Thrasher.
Yep. RJ's coming.
Jesus, dude.
RJ's coming, baby.
Does Juju actually try to pass Tom right now?
Oh, I think so.
I didn't think about that just now. Does he try to pass Tom?
I think so. I don't think he gives a shit. VL struggled here last year, dude.
Yeah, well, I think he was just...
Ooh, that's not cool.
That wasn't great.
You can't move over on a dude like that.
On off.
Not in the middle of a rhythm section.
Oh, and
he's looking.
Seth's fucking pulling it back.
He's looking, and
Come on, Seth.
Vial's looking back because Vial is fading.
Yeah.
Crazy that he's fading.
You wonder if he's fading or if it's just Seth is regrouping.
I don't know, dude. He looked back when Juju got him there. Like, he was looking back through the corner.
Well, Seth also, think about Philly, though. Seth also did this. He was struggling, and then he regrouped halfway in, and he closed back up on RJ, and then they had that wicked battle. So
Well, don't worry, RJ's coming too.
Yeah, RJ's got 3 seconds to Seth, so that's going to be tough to make it up. That's going to be tough. Woo!
Yeah, I don't know about Vial trying to ride that wide bike there with Juju though. That was
Yeah, that was a little unnecessary.
Yeah, was it?
That was nice, dude. He loaded into the pocket.
Oh,
and
Seth!
And it drove the chassis forward.
Seth, patience, buddy.
Oh,
yeah,
Seth,
buddy.
A little bit of that Pittsburgh swag there.
Seth's like, please leave the track, sir.
Please get the fuck out of my way. Come on, Seth. Come on, buddy. I think he might set sail. I think he's gonna set sail.
He probably is.
I love Tom, dude, but I want to see Seth win this title, man.
But he's got to go get one of these dudes. Well, unless
Seth,
Hampshire gets him.
Yeah.
Look, it's on the screen right now. Vial. Oh no, Seth.
No,
has it.
yeah,
Sorry,
because he was 1 point back.
God, I'm fucking
yeah.
dyslexic there. Jesus. Just rubbing my hands together like RV right now.
Well, RJ's got to clean him out.
Yeah.
RJ's gonna have to just go clean him out. Just give him a little tap.
I was gonna say
Give him a little
it was.
love tap.
I mean, racing move, dude.
Yeah, just give him a little love tap.
Let's put it this way. This is for a title. He
Yeah.
was going for the front wheel, and not direct front wheel on front wheel. It was a side swipe to the front wheel.
Yeah, he just gave him a little love tap.
I love that. Like, these are the 3 dudes for the title, and all 3 of them are right in a row.
It's great. It's great.
It's fantastic. That sun has to fucking suck.
Oh yeah, dude, that's got to be annoying.
That has to suck.
Especially going into a corner.
Ooh, look at that. Deegan's put 6.5 seconds on him. That's pretty good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Had to step up a Supercross game, bro. Had to step up a Supercross game. The thing that sucks is RJ's going to have to put Vial on the ground and then go put Haymaker on the ground. Because he's not going
No.
6 seconds up.
No, he's not.
He'll be lucky to make it 5 to get to Juju by the end of this race.
Yeah, he's not gonna. Even if he gets VL, he's not gonna.
Now, don't get me wrong. He's RJ. He will. Oh boy,
That section scares the
made
shit
me
out of
so
me.
nervous.
Section scares the
Shit
shit out
shot
of me.
me after earlier today. So now that happens. Now Vial is down 2 points,
Yeah.
and RJ is down 4. But actually, yeah, Seth can just let him go too.
Yeah,
That's
he
not a
doesn't
problem
he doesn't
either.
have to beat him. Even if he catches him, it's not gonna matter.
Yeah.
So here's the question: does he try to love tap Seth?
I mean, you almost got to.
I mean, you gotta. I mean, if that's the only way he's gonna make it happen.
Like I said, he needed to put Vial on the ground too, but he didn't. I mean, he didn't. But
No.
man, he's catching Seth too, and Seth. Oh, that's not
No,
Seth.
no.
I thought that was Seth. I was like, what are you doing, brother?
God.
Oh man. Oh no,
Seth
Seth is still up there. Okay.
Juju. And Seth is catching Juju.
Yep.
I'm just waiting for an RJ moment, though.
I know.
It's just coming.
It's RJ. Like,
It's
it can't
coming,
be.
bro.
Dude, how ironic would it be if he just got caught on that flying saucer again? Just like the most ironic of ironies of the year.
Because he's got to be thinking back. He's like, dude, if I didn't land on that thing, but the Seth is going, yeah, but if I didn't have food poisoning in Detroit.
Yeah. Like, Seth's thing was kind of out of his own control. RJ's thing, not so much.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah. Yeah, Seth May probably shouldn't have ate sushi the night before.
Oh, man. Wow. This is intense, like camping.
Did you say intense like camping?
Yeah, it's intense, like camping.
Like glamping or camping?
No, like camping.
Oh, like camping. Like a tamping.
So we're still on with the if it's going to rain, we're not going to destinations, right?
I mean, yeah.
Okay.
It would be a bummer. It'd be the first one I've missed since it's been back in the States.
Be Juju dog. I
Be
don't know
Ju-
what that.
Yeah,
I don't know what that means.
and don't ever call your rider dog.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Don't ever call your rider dog. Of all the people I've ever worked for, I never gave them a nickname. It's the stupidest shit ever.
Well, I don't know why, dude. Nicknames are sweet.
I'm not giving a nickname.
That's
to
why
my
the Lawrences
rider.
give everybody nicknames, dude.
You know what? Jet and Hunter are just a different breed.
This is why we call you Stubbs.
Yeah, nobody calls me that anymore. Other than
Me and Cole do,
yeah, you guys should knock that off.
and Wyman.
Yeah, well, Wyman's never going to stop. It's been going on for 20 plus years. Oh, Seth right on Juju's ass. Come
Wow.
on, Seth. Not that you need it. It doesn't really matter at this point.
Would be great to have a buffer.
It would. It would. Just make Juju deal with RJ.
Yeah. Huh. The PC gear going to be on the podium.
Love
That's
it.
cool.
Love
3 minutes to go. Run down here. Deegs 8 seconds out, so he's basically got this in the bag. We haven't watched him once today,
Yeah, I don't really care at this point either.
which
Ooh.
is wild. Wow.
Woo!
And
There you
goes
go, buddy.
Seth into second.
There you go. Wow, he was fucking
Right on the edge of that.
Just-
Oh, Juju.
you. Man, I like Juju, but that was unnecessary.
Like, dude, don't insert yourself into that title
Come
fight
on,
for no
bud.
fucking reason. That was dumb.
Yeah, I didn't like that. It's kind of what I said earlier, man. Like, don't be inserting yourself into a title, because, like, bro, I'm wondering if he got a signal that RJ was back there, and he's just like, yeah.
I don't know.
Or unless
no,
Juju's-
dude, it said beat Juju, dog.
Oh, well, then unless Juju's just getting sick and tired of fucking dudes pushing him around.
Wow, blew his hand off and everything. That's crazy.
then I'm
Good
like, what-
save, Seth.
But then I'm like, what the fuck does Seth have to do with what Deegan's been doing to you all year?
Good save. Yeah, I don't know.
Seth, just pass him again clean. Don't get sucked into that bullshit.
Yeah, the problem was he did it on that 90. Seth really likes these 90s here.
I really like, though, his line going into that 3 in the middle since the face is so flat. Just
Yeah.
jumping-
Oh, there we go.
Just jumping into the pocket and not G'ing out as hard. There you go, bud.
Seth is like, yeah, I don't give a shit, dude. I'm just gonna give you a little bump and run here. And here comes RJ. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Now let's see. Does Seth pull back out since he's not dealing with Juju now?
I don't know. I'm fucking guarding the inside, though, at any point in time with RJ on my ass.
No, he's not. Oh no!
You are
kidding me.
What the fuck, RJ? What in the holy hell?
Get the fuck out.
Oh my god.
Get the fuck out. 2 minutes to go.
Yo, you better be texting your boy Eric right now and just...
We're calling him after this. We're fucking calling him.
Bro, I am all for sending it, but why?
It
Why?
doesn't count if you take yourself out. It doesn't count if you take yourself out. That was unreal.
He's not that far back from Tom. Bro, he just goes straight for the apex. Doesn't even lean in until he hits... Like, there was no way. You're going to run Seth that high into the flat part of the berm where it's loose as shit. Like, what do you think's going to happen?
Okay.
Come on, Seth. Come on, bud. Oh, my God.
Wow.
I'm nervous now. I'm actually fucking nervous.
What a day.
Dude, I want Seth to win this title so damn bad.
What a day.
Fucking RJ. God dang it, dude. Fuck!
Yeah.
Come on, Seth. Come on, bud. You got to have the best last 2 laps of your life. Lapper? I don't know if that's Jack Chambers or Hunter Yoder, but get the fuck out of the way!
Dude, Seth is on a mission to win
Seth's
this fucking
heart rate
title.
is through the roof right now.
He is on a mission to win this damn title right now. He's like, fuck this.
Dude, he's got, what, 2 seconds? And we're going to have, what, 2 laps to go? 3 laps to go?
It's got to be 2.
2?
Because Deegan has to have just crossed. So we got 2 here. Next time around, it's going to be white flag.
Dude, I don't know if he's going to do it.
And here's the thing, though. He's got to put him on the ground, right? Because he's 3 back.
Yeah.
So he's got to put him down. Because you got to hope that he goes down, and then
Now
Mosley
he's
gets
losing a
by
ton
him.
of time. Fuck!
Oh, my God. Like, no way. No way. Like, no way Vial's going to luck into this fucking title. And this is luck. That's all there is to it. This is full-blown, if he wins this title now, luck. Unreal. Unreal. Either that or we see a Zacho last lapper on him
He's
here.
not going to be close enough. He's not going to be close enough.
I don't know. Hold on.
He's
Let's
not close
see.
enough.
He's coming.
He's
He's
gonna
coming.
have to take him out.
Yeah, I know.
And I never advocate for taking someone out, but he's gonna have to take him out.
Look, man, that fucking check's gonna look good in my bank account when I fucking slice his front wheel off.
God, dude.
And he can call RJ and have RJ explain
All right,
to him
can we
why I have
get
to-
off Deegan? I no, this is
No,
not,
we're gonna. They're filming that too. We're gonna end up going back and watching it. But this is like bylaws of TV. You have to watch the winner win.
But all the way, almost a section. There we go.
Yeah.
Come on. Oh my God! Wow, he laid up a lot.
He did.
What is he doing?
I mean, he doesn't.
That's the whole whoop section, dude. He laid up a lot.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care. Don't care.
Vial.
He's not close enough. Fuck!
Unreal.
Oh my God, RJ, bro!
Dude.
God dang it!
Wow.
Fuck!
Wow. Are we gonna see fist fights? I mean, I'm speechless right now.
I'm absolutely like, that was such bullshit. I'm happy for Tom. I like Tom. Everybody knows I like Tom. That was Seth's championship.
I'm calling. Oh shit.
God damn it! The lights went out here. My lights went out in my heart.
my lights went out in my heart.
I wonder what they were saying.
I
wonder what they were just saying. On the
I don't know. I don't even know. Unbelievable.
Unbelievable.
See if Eric picks up. He probably won't.
Probably not.
Unbelievable. I can't believe that just happened. Yeah, he's not picking up.
No. It's probably like, what the hell?
I'm gonna just keep ringing.
Hi, this is Eric Randolph.
Damn
Sorry,
it. Eric, we want to talk to you about your diet, Eric, because now we got beef.
Dude,
Wow.
Once again, I'm a Tom VL guy. Happy for Tom. But that was Seth's championship. Seth was the best 250 dude on the East Coast the entire season.
Wow.
Tom's like, wow, I got to go to the 450 class now.
Wow. That's unbelievable.
I'm so pissed.
That's unbelievable.
I'm so pissed.
I don't even know what the fuck to say right now. Like, first off, what the fuck is Juju doing?
Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
Like, is that really team tactics, or is that just him being an asshole?
But it didn't seem like it because he went around Tom like
No.
he was standing still.
Yeah, so I don't understand that. And then you get to RJ, and it's, again, okay. If Seth goes down and RJ gets it,
Yeah.
then it looks fine.
The problem, though, is that you got to angle that different.
Yeah.
You can't go into the apex and run him to the flat. If he would have went to the exit, that'd have been one thing because you're not inserting yourself to the top of the berm. But, like, dude, you have no shot if you're running him high into the top of the berm where it's flat. You're going to have to lose shit. Bike's going to unload. Like, what are you doing, dude?
Yep.
I don't know, dude. I'm like, I have not actually been genuinely mad about something in a while. That pissed me off. I'm so gutted for Seth right now.
That's just unbelievable.
That was his fucking title.
I mean, I just can't even.
God, dude.
Unreal.
Fuck.
Unreal. I really thought Seth was going to run away with that thing, dude. What a fucking shit show.
I want to see what he has to. Oh, he's not even going to be on the podium.
They'll interview him.
I'm going to see what he has to say.
They're going to interview him for sure.
Fucking RJ, dude. What
I don't
the
know,
fuck
dude.
were you doing, bro?
MD Little. RJ really went out with a bang.
Fucking something.
Exactly. Oh, man. I can't. That is just
Stupid.
stupid.
That
It's
was
dumb.
absolutely ridiculous. That was stupid.
It's dumb. And it's dumb because it didn't work.
Now, like, if that works, I'm still pissed, but you're like, okay, fine. Like, but it didn't work, and you ended up on the ground.
Yeah. Yeah, like if it works,
It makes you look
Great.
good, but now you look like an idiot. And once again, to the Juju thing, what are you doing, dude?
I don't know.
Don't insert yourself into a championship. Has nothing to do with you.
Yeah, the Juju thing to me is just unbelievable too. Tim Cross, what the fuck, RJ? Yeah, here we all are,
bro.
Oh god, now everybody's in. Just like what the fucking RJ here.
No, I mean, I feel like that's going to be the consensus.
I mean, I do too. Yeah, this
Like,
is,
I don't see how outside of RJ and RJ's camp, they're going to be like, well, you know, bro, you had to go to the exit of the corner. You had to go to the exit of the corner and literally try to just. I don't advocate for sawing off someone's front end or just completely shutting the door on them, but you can't run somebody into the berm while you're still connected to them, going up into the flat part of the berm.
it just looks stupid because he
does.
went down.
Yeah.
Like I said, if he doesn't go down, then
Yeah.
it doesn't look as dumb.
Like
But
I said,
it
I'm
looks
still
stupid.
upset, but it doesn't. It makes it
Yeah.
less stupid. But it's like, bro, fuck, dude.
We go to, man.
Well, Seth's not going to forget about that one. But it doesn't matter because he's not even going to get to pay it back for a while.
Nope.
God, dude. Holy shit.
Unbelievable.
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 That was the stupidest shit that's happened in a while. Chicken the FMF definitely. Never mind. I was going to make a comment.
Once again, to get the final points, look like this.
Ah! Hey, look, Coleman Park getting fifth. That's pretty cool.
By 3.
And fucking Max and Dax still get 9th and 10th in the points.
That was a wild main event
Shut up, Lee Diffie.
final Swiss showdown.
Stupid fucking prick.
Is the champion.
I have a headache.
Well, thank you, Lee. And I would like to introduce the AMA Director of Racing, Mr. Mike Pelletier.
Boo!
He's done a great season.
Boo, Mike. Boo!
Jesus.
Present you with a 2025
He's like, well,
AMA Supercross
gotta go to the 450 class now.
number 1.
Yay, me. Well, I mean, if he gets paid, I guess it really doesn't matter. But
Let me just say, unbelievable.
congratulations, Tom. He's still one of my guys, but
Back a little bit.
fuck.
Walk us through your thoughts and your emotions as you saw the other two riding away a little bit.
Yeah, I had a great start. My first 5-6 lap were actually really good. I was feeling good, and I was like, okay, this is mine. And I started to make a few mistakes, and Seth and RJ got me. They got a little gap, and my only chance was that.
Well, at least he acknowledges it.
And that's what happened tonight.
Like those goggles, bro. Them all gold. Those are sick.
Yeah, there's championship ones they
Yeah, I
always
love it.
have.
And I could capitalize tonight, and I'm really pumped.
Well, we have some more hardware.
I'm glad Tom acknowledges that, though.
Yeah, that the only way he was gonna
'Cause-
get that was for that to happen.
Because if he makes a comment like, yeah, well, I was just doing my thing, it's like, okay, bro. But no, I like that he acknowledged that, like, hey, man, like, I pretty much lucked into that without saying.
How do you luck into 2 titles in a row?
I don't think he lucked into the title last year, because last year you could make a claim that there was a lot of times he was the fastest dude. But this year, yeah, I mean, he won when he was supposed to, and he didn't hit the ground. But, I mean, that was Seth's championship. Seth should have won that title. Clear and away.
Drew Adams 10th place.
Yeah, a little mix of West and East boys. That's cool.
Michael Motorcycle 5th
Michael
place.
Motorcycle.
Marchbank Shimoda Shock 9th. Okay, all right.
Cool. Hymus in 11th. That's not great.
Yeah.
Max in 12th is not great. I don't know what happened.
Oh,
in that.
Fork 22nd. Did he go down? I hope he didn't go down.
He probably just.
I hope
pulled
he
off.
went down. He's okay.
Probably pulled off.
Because he was like pretty pumped in an interview I heard this week of like, yeah, this will be the first one I've actually made it through. So
Oh God, it would have been such a crazy man had Davies been there.
it would have been. It would have been. That would have been cool to see.
Yep.
I think Davies was on his way to
Dude,
do a
that-
little domination
That
tonight.
heater lap he had in qualifying was nuts.
Oh wait, hold on. The talk of the week is about to come up here.
I mean, dude, he kind of just made it through the.
I would
race.
say,
Yeah,
and
nothing really-
honestly, probably
see what
won't
he
be the
has to say.
talk.
Dominant fashion. Congratulations, Hayden. So much going on behind you, but you were way ahead and you didn't have to concern yourself with any of that.
People are booing him still. You hear that?
What does that
Wild. Mixed reaction. Not going to say suck it this week.
Both divisions. Tell us what you're feeling.
Yeah, that was wild. I just heard bikes revving behind me. Like, oh my God, they're going at it. I seen Seth for a second, then he was gone. I was like, oh no, they got into it. But yeah, congrats to Tom. Obviously on the championship, that's super cool. And dude, the crowd's going wild. That was dope. So yeah, thank you to everyone. Thank you all my fans supporting me. And my whole Monster Energy started on my team. Love you guys.
So I'll be honest with you, when he acts like that, I don't have an issue with him.
I mean, yeah, but he doesn't have anything to do because nobody even challenged him. He
That's
just
what I mean.
fucking went out there, whole shot it, and boom.
Look at this stupid shit.
Let's-
Let's listen to what they had to say.
Yeah, I mean, you had to kind of expect it, you know, for going for the championship. But yeah, RJ went in there and made the pass. I think he was going to go down anyway because he goes in there. And then
Yeah, thanks. That's what I just said. Glad Stu and me are on the same page.
What a situation.
What a dumb shit situation.
Vial comes by and be like, thanks, gets it, eclipse RJ.
If I was Vial, I'd have just taken his front end out from underneath him.
Yeah,
But
here
yeah, when Hayden
hold on,
acts,
Seth's gonna talk.
when Hayden acts like that, I have no problem with him.
There's not a whole lot of celebration, I don't think.
Yeah, I don't
Oh.
blame him.
Tell us more, JT. Thanks, Lee. I can't pretend to know the emotions and thoughts you're having right now, so I'm just going to ask you your perspective
Dude, he's
on the
pissed.
race and how you're feeling after such a great season. I know it wasn't the result you wanted.
Yeah, it was a great season. I mean, came up a little short, which is that one's a bummer when you get that close. And man, that was a crazy race. Got off to a decent start, and just chaos from there. Got around Tom, had a little more pace than at the beginning, and then Juju got around him, but then he kind of ran in on me, and teammate things. Just wasn't really expecting it. Shouldn't have left the door open, I guess. But then RJ was coming in hot in that corner before the finish line. Just took us both down, and yeah, just try to fight all the way till the end to get Tom. We got close, but second place is gonna do this season. And man, huge shout out to everybody, my whole team. Really want to get this one done for him, but
I think he's trying not to cry,
be back.
and I don't blame him.
The whole Monster Energy Pro Circuit
Is he trying not to cry or is he trying not to swear? Because I would be throwing shit
I'd be
when I got
pissed.
back to the truck.
I would have had a conversation with.
I
RJ.
would be walking into that truck and going, guys, I don't usually do this shit, but I would just start
I
throwing
would,
shit.
and I don't think anybody would blame him.
I'd be like, I need 5 minutes and I'm gonna throw everything in my fucking path as hard as I fucking
All right,
can.
Juju, what do you got to say?
Congratulations, Juju. You were in the middle of a lot going on.
Yeah, you shouldn't have been.
Your own
The
race
fuck,
to
dude.
work in it too. Tell me how tough it was to navigate all of that throughout the main.
Yeah, for sure. It's pretty wild having the three East title contenders going at it right next to me. Yeah, I don't know what to say. That was a wild one to be in the middle of. But I'm happy with my riding.
Well, you should have been in the middle of it.
It was good, and we're slowly getting better. So I'm happy with where we're at, and I'm ready to put this fight into outdoors.
Great performance. Congratulations.
Do we talk to RJ or do we not talk to RJ?
I don't know. What's RJ gonna say?
Oh,
I made a
fucking-
dumb dick move. Jesus Christ. Unbelievable. Okay, we got comments here though for this. This is funny. Thank you everyone who is watching here.
Yeah,
Let's
thank you.
see.
Appreciate it.
Nick, so does Tom still do 250 outdoors this year? Well, David said no offense or disrespect. Tom kind of lucked into both of his championships. You're not wrong. Nick Sampson says, so does Tom do 250 outdoors still this year, right? Yes, he does. He doesn't go 450 till Supercross next year. Colton Miranda said, I think Justin would have blew a hole in the roof of the shop if Deegan hit Seth like that. Not wrong.
Not wrong.
How many positions does Nick Morin? How many positions does RJ get penalized?
Doesn't.
MD Little probably 0. AMA gonna AMA. Nick Morin, hell, last week they got involved. Nick Morin, that's funny. AMA gonna AMA. Mitch gonna send Anderson on RJ in outdoors. Well, maybe. It's funny. Yeah, that is wow. Okay, that is a thing right there. So I don't even know. Yeah, I don't know if he's trying not to cry. I don't know if
Probably both.
he's
You're probably right. I think he's probably not trying to. He's trying to not cry, but he also trying not to do something. Say something stupid.
because I'd be swearing. I'd be like, first off, I don't know what the fuck Juju was doing, but go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
And then I would move on to RJ and be like, dude, dumbass, you weren't making the corner. Also, that was a dumb fucking move.
Yeah, that was just terrible.
Stu is 100% right. Like, he was not making that corner either.
Like I said, if he would have angled that different, this would be a different conversation, and he would have either taken him out and not gone down himself or just made the pass. But, dude, when you run it in on someone, you can't be connected to them and go to the apex of the corner. You always have to go to – that's why some of these dudes go down. You can't be connected to someone and run them high into the apex and then hit the flat part of the berm. Because then also, too, even if you somehow don't go down, you're already at the outside of the berm and the apex. You have to angle in so hard to get to the exit where I'm just going to go to the exit and I'm going to take the front end away from him. Fine. But, like, I don't know, man. Like, I've always been up and down with RJ. I've always supported him, but I've been critical when necessary. But that was the dumbest shit ever. Like, I can't. I don't know. I don't know what that was. I'm just upset. Like, I'm so upset for Seth right now. Like, that was ridiculous. Seth should have won that title.
MD Little says, I don't know if my heart rate will be completely calmed down from that main before 450s. Yeah, you and us both, brother.
Well, don't worry, bud. Your heart rate can come back down to the 450 because I don't see a lot happening.
Tim asks, does Tom stay at KTM? Yes, they're going to run 3 450s and 1 250 for next year.
How much do you think his 450 deal is going to be?
Tom?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't think anybody on that team gets paid.
You're probably not wrong. Oh, my God.
Let's see here. Cole says fucking Hampshire. We know. Justin went nuts.
Fucking pissed, dude.
Let's see here. What else we got on text message? Coach Rob. Wow, wow, wow. RJ is a fucking moron.
Coach said that?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he said wow, wow, wow.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Yep. Yeah, that's basically... I'm texting Eric now. Dude, your guy. What a thing. Okay, I mean, I don't think anything that well, maybe we'll see what happens. Coop could eat it on the on the start here. That could be interesting. Cool. Lots of Austrian crime there. A lot of Austrian crime with not a lot of money involved in it, which is weird, but whatever.
I think the only money in the KTM side of things that's going on is over in the GPs with the DeCarlis, and that's just them. About it.
Yeah. RJ's decision making is horrendous.
So I clips Tufts box.
Yeah. Tim, Seth to RJ. See you at the hotel.
Fuck, dude. Oh my God.
I can't believe that just happened.
That was terrible, bro.
Unreal.
That was absolutely horrendous.
It is unreal.
Yeah, I don't see how anybody outside of being in RJ's camp you're going to be able to justify that. That's just terrible.
No. It's
Fucking
terrible decision
making.
making.
Look, bro, you got a Sunday, you got to go in it, but man, dude, you've been doing this long enough. That was just, I don't know.
You weren't making the corner.
You weren't.
That's the problem.
Plain and simple.
Like, he did actually go rear wheel to front wheel on Seth, if you watch that in replay. But, here's that.
Yeah.
Here's that Paul Webb thing. Oh, look, they're riding quads. Sick.
Mr. Paul Webb.
Mr. Paul Webb.
In a nice little subdivision in Tallahassee.
I like how they made him wear a helmet because it was TV.
Yeah.
Like, he wears that helmet when he's on the back of that quad at any point.
I like how they're just in a little subdivision in Tallahassee just hanging out.
Yeah.
Very modest house for them, to be honest with you.
I mean, I didn't expect anything crazy. It's Paul Webb.
I mean, I didn't either, but, like, I also didn't really think Coop is the...
It's probably all moto people in this fucking subdivision.
I know. Everybody in Tallahassee, bro. We're just all living in the same area. It's like Joey's down there, you know.
I actually want to get one of those little quads for Ashley. I have one of the Chinese ones.
Those things are fucking terrible.
Well, she bought it off the neighbor for like $400, and then we went to like start it.
Fucking terrible. I hate Chinese.
Like, I didn't run it at all last year. We went to start it a few weeks ago, and like nothing would happen. And so I was like, shit, man, it's something electrical, right? Like, I couldn't even get it turned on. And I was like, fuck, dude, I should just put this piece of shit in the trash and go get one of those Yamahas. And then my buddy's like, well, you should at least look it up. So I looked at it's a Tao, whatever the fuck it is.
Oh, I used to work on those all the time.
Bro, bought the whole wiring kit for the entire, like, everything for electrical for that thing for $35 off Amazon. I was like, sweet, we'll just replace it all. Something will work.
I can tell you that if you have starter issues with them outside of being the battery, it's usually, and actually it's almost 99% of the time, it's the starter relay.
Well, we got new everything.
And the easy way to just test that, if you don't already know this, is on those, just take a pair of pliers and arc across on the starter relay, and if it turns over, it's a starter relay.
See, I think I did that with a screwdriver, but didn't do anything. So I'm not sure if it is the battery or that. But
yeah.
but
I
put
either way, it's shiny.
I put another battery in it too out of the Groms, and it didn't work either.
It's
so
probably just the fucking ignition, or I don't know. They're Chinese.
Look, dude, I could literally replace the entire wire harness for $35. I was like, yep, I'm in.
You're like nothing else in the world for that cheap.
I'm really really broke right now, but for $35, we'll go ahead and replace that. Those things are such pieces of shit, though. Like the steering angles like this.
Dude, yeah, think about how I felt not only working on those Chinese quads back in the day when we were on winners, or especially at Mazel, but working on the Chinese scooters all the time. Every fucking day, bro. I wanted to just put them in a pile and light them on fire.
I mean, the thing is, with it being that cheap for like the whole electrical kit, if anything came in and I thought it was electrical, I'd just replace the whole thing.
I always laugh too when people would bring in like the 2-stroke versions, and they'd bring them in there, and they're like, "Yeah, man, I want to put a big bore kit in," and I'm like, that big bore kit costs more than that scooter does.
What do you think? What do you think of Dino's? It's off the screen.
I like it, man. I
think it's fine. I do understand why they call it the ugly kit, but I think it's all right.
I think it's cool.
Comment down below what you guys think there about Dino's kit.
I'm into the crazy off-the-wall colors when it comes to gear, man. I always have been. I know that some people like be conservative, like with Aaron's shit or like with Chase's stuff, and that's fine. But I'm into the crazy stuff. Like, dude, I know that, call me a Thor guy, but like the pink shit that he wears, I think it's cool. I'm just into the wild colors, man. Like I've always been into the wild colors.
Yeah, I mean, I like them too.
Can we go back to the joke for a second though, talking about that Cooper Webb piece where you're talking about how like it's probably a moto subdivision. Could you imagine just waking up though and you're like, you got like Joey down there, Chase is down there, you walk and be like, hey buddy, how's it going? I'll see you at the track later. Oh wait, never mind.
How big a house do you think Justin Cooper lives in?
God, I don't know, bro.
I'll tell you what, he doesn't live in a subdivision with everybody else.
You think if I were to make a guess, I bet you that bitch is like 7,000 square foot.
I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe, and who knows? Maybe.
I bet it's not less than 5,000 square feet.
I don't know, man.
And I mean, maybe call me weird, but like, and even being in the real estate industry, like, if you're in a 5,000 square foot house, you're pretty big house.
Yeah, well, but I guess too.
It also depends on the design.
Florida, no basement.
Yeah.
So, and here we go, 450 main event.
AP ripping another holy.
Oh, and Sexton was inside on Chase, didn't do nothing.
Is that Shane? That is Shane. Sugar Shane.
Sugar Shane.
I mean, dude, he could be the next guy that could put Coop back to 6th if he wants to. I don't know.
Nah, dude, Paul Webb's in second right there. Him and his boy AP just going to run away.
With Jason third?
Yeah.
You think so?
I don't know.
Like,
Honestly, I
I'm
still baffled by that 250 main event.
Yeah, I know, that was absolutely stupid.
I mean, it's typical RJ decision making, which is fucking horrendous no matter what. But
Yeah, I know.
All right, well, Paul Webb going to the front. Paul Webb's going to the front. Wow, look at that! Got to run through the whoops on AP, and Paul Webb's in first. Wow.
Wow. All
Dude.
right, so does Chase try to put Coop on the ground?
Ooh, I mean, he should, but he's not going to.
Yeah.
He's
Do you
Chase Sexton. He
Do you
doesn't.
think AP just moves over?
Do I think
AP just moves over now that he knows Chase is?
Yep.
Yeah, that was wow. That was like right on key.
don't tell me you're gonna check up for your teammate without. Oh,
Now
wow.
you lost a whole bunch of spots though. What are you
He
doing?
checked up for the teammate and then did not know what the fuck was happening.
You checked up way too early. Like things were happening quickly. You're like, what the fuck?
That was way too much.
You're like, shit. That should have been in the other section. At least I could triple in the middle.
Unbelievable. Okay. All right.
All right.
Wow. Jeez.
Yeah, I still
feet
think-
off the foot pegs there for a second.
I'm gonna go back to a question you posed, or maybe it was just a comment earlier. I still can't believe Chase is leaving KTM. Like with the way that bike is locked in.
Somebody in the comments here just said he thought it still felt 50-50.
No, dude, he's going to Cowie. It's Cowie all along. It's pretty much signed, sealed, and delivered.
David,
at this point.
he is not signed with Cowie yet. Nothing has been signed. That's
But
what he
it's-
keeps telling people.
But it's he hasn't, but he has.
Yeah, it's
Let's
hard.
be real.
It's hard to imagine it's not happening.
This is like Star. This is like Eli with Star.
It was just a thing.
Yeah.
Like the worst kept secret here. You know, so we could talk this. This is fun because I don't think there's going to be a ton of action here in this 450 main. So, have you heard the conspiracy theory with Chase and the backwards hat?
I haven't heard a conspiracy theory, but I have heard people posing this question. What is the conspiracy theory?
Well, and ironically, this conspiracy theory comes from a non-conspiracy person, Jason Thomas.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Give it to me. Give
Well,
it to me.
so he wore the hat backwards however many rounds ago, right?
What was it, like Philly?
Something. I don't know. It was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Multiple rounds ago, right? And JT was told on good authority from people at KTM that he got a very stern talking to of you do not wear your hat backwards.
Unprofessional. Okay.
Not unprofessional. The logos don't show.
Oh. Okay.
And like, hey, you do that again, like we're talking fines and shit type deal, right? And so then he wore it backwards last week again. And JT's like, look, I'm not this conspiracy guy, but when you've been told, like, you will wear your hat forwards or else, and you're doing it, I mean, kind of reminiscent of Chad back in the day being kind of like, F you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, to be honest with you, so okay. So I mean, that makes sense.
I didn't think too much into it when I saw it because they'd asked Chase the last time, and Chase was just like, "Dude, my dad didn't like me wearing flat bills forward because he said it looked stupid, so I would just always wear them backwards." And so I was like, "Okay, cool, this makes sense." Like, I know he hasn't, but it makmakes sense.
Oh, that's the end of it.
And yep, see you later.
All right, see you later, bud.
I really thought like Chase was just gonna stop.
Should have pulled it
Because Paul definitely was like, yeah, I'll just stop here. Like, have fun. See you later. Thanks for coming.
Should have Paul. Should have just pulled a Paul.
Yeah, should have just pulled an RJ on Paul there.
Benny, our buddy, our best friend.
That's your best friend. That's not. He didn't have any issue
your
with
best
me.
friend's out with an Achilles injury, so.
Me and Jalik are good.
Yeah, whatever.
I wished him a speedy recovery, and he said thanks.
Good for you. So yeah, man. I mean, yeah. I guess I didn't hear that, but I mean, that makes even more sense. It feeds into the fact of him going to Cowie.
So if he wins here, it'd be interesting to see if he wears the hat forwards.
So on the topic of Chad, though, I was definitely never a Chad fan. Obviously, I always respected him, especially just his feel for the bike.
That's because you were just gargling stew too hard.
I was, man. I was not gonna lie. Hey, look, James Stewart's on screen.
Oh.
But Chad, I do wish we had more Chad Reeds when it came to how you went about your business. If you had an issue, there was no ambiguity to it. You were like, if you want to fuck off, you can fuck right off. And Chad didn't give a shit. I mean, Chad openly, when he rode for Cowie, said this bike sucks.
It reminds me of, what was that Formula One movie there?
The one with Niki Lauda and James
Yeah.
Hunt?
Yeah, with Niki Lauda.
Was it Faster? No, it wasn't Faster.
God, we are fucking terrible at this.
Yeah, whatever. I don't think our fans care.
Yeah, but anyway, it's like when he goes to Ferrari and drives it the first time, and they're like, "What do you think?" He's like, "It's a piece of shit. All these facilities, all this track, all this nice money, and you build this piece of shit? You can't say that. Why? It's a piece of shit. Dude, it's a Ferrari. It's a piece of shit."
Dude, those Formula One cars back in the day were buck wild.
They are.
Just a fucking V12 and just no protection at all.
You ever watch any of those videos of like the most horrific Formula One crashes or anything like that?
Dude, so many people died back in the day. That's why everybody right around the time that Senna passed away, but like even before that, like it was just such a big deal to even make it through seasons.
Yeah.
Freaking Nelson Piquet and all those dudes like talk about that shit. They're like, oh my God, like just to be alive.
I mean, dude, when they talk about you strapped yourself in a coffin
and your head is over the top of actually the induction system on
the
car, and you're like, well, I mean, dude went underneath the railing and had his head chopped off.
Oh yeah,
yeah,
like I watched some of that stuff now. I was what was I watching? Oh, the death count at the Indy 500. I was watching that a couple of weeks ago too, which was crazy. And you look at those cars and you're just like, holy shit, dude.
Yeah.
I can't imagine getting in something like that. And like you said, my head's sticking above the car as I'm driving. Like, yes, this is a problem.
You're in a V12 and your A-arms are only like this wide and your tires are only this wide. And you just see everything. Yeah. Dude,
the one at the Indy 500 was crazy because homeboy crashed into the wall.
Are you talking about the 2011 one with...
No, this was older than that.
Oh.
Was it 80s, 90s, I want to say? But homeboy, like, crashed into the wall coming out of turn 4. The car blew apart, and he was still strapped to the seat.
Yeah.
And you could watch him ragdolling down this front stretch. And then it was on fire because this was before they put all the protections in with the thing. So homeboy's laying there burning in front of the entire grandstand. And everybody's like running to it, right? And one of his crew members runs out in the pit lane to like run to it. And as he runs out, there's a fire truck coming through, an ambulance, whatever, hits this dude. And I mean, so hard that like, then they show the car and it is like pushed in the front. He hit this guy so hard. So then you got that going. Dude, it was wild.
Yeah, man. Like they've definitely, especially anybody that knows me, I'm a big open wheel racing fan, and like just the protection that has come along with the IndyCar and Formula One stuff is insane. But yeah, dude, back in the day, it was fucking buck wild.
Dude,
even in the early '90s was insane.
Back in the day, any sort of motorsport. So the other thing I've been getting into recently is the old USHRA videos, right? So the
Yeah.
old monster truck series and stuff like
yeah,
that.
I lived through that stuff.
Bro,
I was at those races all the time.
The monster trucks in the 80s and 90s, as these dudes are hanging out the window,
I know.
no helmet, sig
Smoking a
hanging
cig.
out, and I'm like, what?
Dude, I grew up around that shit going to all the truck shows. So yeah, being at the fairgrounds with all that stuff, the tough truck stuff, being in the
Unreal.
stadiums was wild, man.
Dude, those monster trucks. There was one I watched the other day. They were in Chicago in a stadium like a Van Andel size one,
Yeah.
right? So it's, two trucks, shut off, whatever, right? And you remember the old USA 1?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that dude fucking runs long, there's an overhang, and then there's this block wall. 2 nights in a row, runs long, hits the same wall. Second night does it, or hits the wall the first night. Second night does it, and the truck's so tall, it's taller than what the overhang is there, so it fucking creases the fucking center of the truck cab down. He hits this block wall, practically knocks that fucking thing out. Dude, it was wild. I'm like, holy shit, how? There's people sitting up here too. I'm just like, what the
Well,
fuck?
one year they were in an arena about the size of Van Andel, and one year one dude's tire came off, went up into the crowd, and crushed a bunch of people and killed them.
Yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I mean, just
Like, dude, when we would go to the fairgrounds, like, it was okay because you're at, like, places like Indianapolis and you're in Lima and like, Shippensburg, Pennsylvania. But, like, when they would talk about, like, when they were going to go to shit like the arenas, I'm like, dude, I am not going to an arena to watch to do the monster truck shit.
No.
Because my dad used to build chassis for guys that did tough truck shit. And I'm like, I'm not going to those arenas. I'm like, nah, that's not happening.
no. So how about McElrath in 4th here?
Dude, Sugar Shane's
on
it.
Coop, or on J Coop and Coop Webb.
Bro, if I'm J Coop, I straight up just pass Coop.
Yeah, it
Like,
doesn't
this is
matter.
the second straight week in a row I've caught you, bro. Like, you got the title. I'm gonna pass you.
Yeah, because otherwise Shane's gonna get by you, and Mookie's coming too.
Crazy thing is, where the fuck? Oh, AP's back in 7th.
Wow.
Oh, that second lap decision was bad.
Bad news bears there.
Yeah, you ever watch some of the old rally clips from back in the day?
Oh, dude, those are gnarly
Those
too.
fucking fans just literally like borderline
Dude.
on the edge. I'm like, what are
Gnarly.
you guys doing, bro?
Absolutely gnarly.
I don't need a 1,000 horsepower 6-cylinder.
Oh,
Shane
And
forgot his rear brake.
Shane forgot you can't go over the berm.
Shane pulled a Barsha.
Ah, man, that's a real bummer for Shane.
Yeah, he was riding good.
It's looking real good, real spicy,
But yeah,
sporty.
Sporty. But
Real
yeah, dude,
sporty.
some of those old rally clips of like just I don't need a 1,200 horsepower, 1,000 horsepower 6-cylinder Subaru pitching it sideways at 110,
Yep.
just drifting. Like I don't need to be that close.
I know, because those Euro guys are crazy those Euro people standing that close. Man, dude, it's
Dude,
wild.
it's like the people that stand out on the sidelines, and granted, some of them are on the Mexican border, but like in Baja,
yeah.
what are you doing?
Oh, yeah. I was just talking to Dan up at RevX because he was just down there for Baja and stuff. So they're starting a new desert series in the U.S.
Okay,
because they're tired of going to Mexico.
I don't blame him, dude.
Because it's so dangerous. And he's like, I didn't realize how bad it was until I came down for this. And he's like, then I started talking to people, and they're like, dude, it is.
Well, there's guys that have been at like their pit stops at nighttime, and they've gotten fucking like
Yeah,
mugged by the cartel.
yeah. No,
members.
that's what they're talking about. So they're trying to do there's a new series, I guess, coming to the U.S. because they're tired of it because it's
I don't blame
so
him. Sketchy as fuck.
so bad. Well, wasn't it Kurt Caselli or something? The rumor was he ran over Baum or something.
There was a lot of rumors about that whole thing. A lot of that stuff was
Because I have heard about that
Yeah,
before
there-
with those races.
There was
so.
a lot of rumors with what happened with Kurt. It's been so long that honestly I couldn't tell you.
Yeah, I don't remember either.
But
exactly.
like that, just the whole situation. But yeah, I mean, dude, the Baja stuff, like, look, man, those guys are animals. Same thing with the car. But
Yep.
I would never want to do that event on a bike.
No,
There's no way.
no.
I don't need to be doing 100 down the fucking like the back stretch of some place in the desert where my back end is just skipping side to side.
All right, so Nick asked us here. All right, so 450 main events going on here. There's not a whole lot to talk about, right?
Everybody's just
Webb
kinda
basically has
paying
this
each other.
sealed up here. Sexton's 8 seconds out. Webb's in second. Justin Cooper's trying his best not to pass him.
Jay Coop's
Stu-
like, this is like last week all over again.
Stu got to fourth, and look at Savachi in fifth. That's pretty good there for him.
Joey.
Yeah. So Nick Sampson asked us, so if Chase does go to Cali, how do you feel about it? honestly, it's a meh move
Well, he'll get
in
paid.
my opinion. I think the problem is that if he goes there and doesn't perform, he doesn't have many more options because he can't go back to Honda because they're
No.
full.
No. And that bridge got burnt. Anyway.
Yeah, KTM Group. Who knows what's happening with that?
He's not going back to KTM after the way
Yeah.
this is going to end.
And
So
there-
Star, it leaves literally Star.
Star, which everybody says he didn't like that blue crew. He didn't like that Yamaha when he rode it.
I think he just didn't understand how Eli went that fast on that bike.
Yeah, and then I mean, I guess at that point, then you have Triumph and Ducati are going to come in too.
But
But
now.
yeah, so I don't know. But I'll tell you what, it's not a good look when you're as good as he is and you keep changing teams.
Which is crazy, dude, because, like, oh, Mookie got around Jay Coop. It's crazy, man, because that bike is so locked in right now.
I know. It has to, dude. It has to be a money thing.
It's got to be.
He has to be not getting his bonuses.
So, well, at least he'll be getting paid at Cowie.
Which then it's like, okay, cool. Is your paycheck coming through? Look at the crowd going crazy for Mookie here.
Yeah, great way to end the season, bro.
Yeah, 6 minutes to go still. God,
Yeah.
this is.
Oh, he's gonna zap. Unless he's gonna zap Coop here pretty
Yeah.
quickly. I mean, Jesus fucking
Jeez,
Mookie
he's
just
good
doing
in the
whoop speed. Hey man, look at Mitchell's 15th and Kev's in 18th. So yeah, they're pretty much the same.
Same.
Same. Can you imagine though that because Supercross is not going to be a thing, but can you imagine though Chase goes to Cowie next year, and then that'll be second year for Prado, and outside of anything crazy, and then he just all of a sudden just is not like can't beat Prado outdoors.
That would be a weird look.
Oh yeah, run him wide, Mookie. Make this interesting because this has been just kind of a lot.
And
Wow. Wow. That was worse than AP. Just total.
Nope, there he goes.
Yeah, he was like, all right, that
Webb's
was too obvious.
Webb's just like, dude, just go.
He's just like,
It's
yeah.
fine.
He's
It's
like, bro,
fine.
I almost stalled it. It was straight away.
Webb's doing math in his head. I mean, that literally there from Webb was math in the head.
Jacob literally almost just stalled it on a straightaway.
That is impressive.
That was worse than AP checking up in the second rhythm section.
Yeah.
So is Jabe Coop going to go back after Mookie?
I don't know. Let's see. This will be interesting. Now that Paul Webb's let him by.
God, what the fuck?
That was crazy. That was
absolutely
weird.
ridiculous. Look at Chase all the way down to 2 points now, and it's just like, oh man.
And I was saying, you just look at like
You look at 5 rounds this year.
you just go back to Dallas and go.
Go back to
If
Dallas.
he would have just finished second.
All right. So think about it. You go back to Dallas. All right.
If he finishes second in Dallas, he wins this title by 10 points.
All right. So since we got 4 minutes and they're just kind of pacing each other, and nothing really crazy's happened. I mean, Chase is out to an 11-second lead for fuck's sake. Let's just go back through Chase's blunders all the way from the ones that we can remember, and I'll start with for me. Just go back to San Diego. Just the first lap, getting bunched up, losing the front end. So you think about, okay, that doesn't happen. He has a really good ride through the pack. So then you go to Arlington, has the overall in the bag. All right, then let's go to Detroit. I know Detroit was before that. Let's go to Detroit. So it's like Detroit, even if you don't want to say he wins, he doesn't hit the gate. All right, even if he hits the gate, he crashes in the same lap. So then you go to Detroit. Then you also go to look at the bullshit that happened in Daytona. Like, and I know there was another round there on the East Coast where you're like, dude, what?
Yep.
I mean, I don't know, man. If you're Chase, you're going, yes.
I don't know, man.
If you're going, yes, man. Coop, he was a better guy this year, more consistent. That's about winning the title. But this is the one title you got to look at and go, this is my, like, I'm going to say something it's going to sound really
Oh
bad.
boy, we're gonna get controversial here.
I mean, yeah and no. I can't call it that because more consistency. That's not. Did Coop luck into this title?
Ooh.
Was Chase actually the better guy this year and Chase did Chase things? Because Coop won the title the way you're supposed to. You're consistent. You won races.
I mean,
And I'm not saying he did. I'm posing the question.
I guess I don't feel that way, right? Like,
And I'm not saying I do either, but I look back at it and go,
I guess I don't feel that way because it wasn't
take
luck.
one of those rounds out there.
I understand, but it wasn't luck. It literally was bad decision making on Chase's part for things.
The reason why I pose that question The reason why, and I don't believe it either, because Coop won the title.
Because like if you say that, then you got to go back to like Dungy winning winning those titles over Eli, and they're like, okay, cool, did he luck into that? Because Eli was clearly a faster guy, won 7 rounds, 8 rounds, 9 rounds, whatever.
Well, I still believe that Eli should have won that title, but like, no. The reason why I posed that question, and I'll clarify the reason why I'll make that statement, and I'm not saying Coop lucked in the title either. Coop won a title fair and square. He won races. He was the fastest. You know, he went out. He got starts. He led wire to wire in a few of them in Indy and what was it, Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he lucked into it. The reason why I pose that question is, and I'll clarify why, and this will just give you a little more to think about. So usually if you made that statement and you just be like, oh, they had one race. Be like, oh, well, it's just one race. Like, you can't, what about the rest of them? Chase had multiple races this year where if he just finished one spot better.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like, oh, he just grenaded and then there was one round where it's like, oh. But if you just take out Arlington.
Yeah.
And then you take out the mishap in Detroit. And then you take out. So it's like, yes, Chase did this to himself. But I don't know if I can remember where there was multiple rounds because people be like, well, Stu. No. Stu grenaded himself unnecessarily so many times. Chase, literally, if you give him one spot better in a few of those rounds, Chase wraps up this title.
Yeah.
And that's why I posed the question. I'm not saying it's fact. I'm just posing the question that it's like, Chase has got to look back and go, this was my title, and I was actually better than Cooper Webb. But I'm not saying that Coop lucked into this title. I'm just looking at it and going, dude, if you're Chase and you can look at 5 rounds and go, are you fucked up 5 times?
Yeah, I don't know, man. Coop is just so good at doing what he does that it's like, I don't look at it as luck. Like, Webb is just...
I don't either.
Good at putting it into where he needs to put it into, right? Because, like, we all talk about he's never the fastest guy. Okay, cool. This year,
a few times this year he was.
Yeah, this year he came out and he was like, "Fuck that! I'm gonna be the fastest guy."
Seattle and Indy,
yeah, and he was.
Or Pittsburgh.
So yeah, I don't know, man.
I just posed the question because there's multiple rounds where you could go if Chase would have just finished one spot better. Whereas like sometimes with these situations with like Stu, that wasn't the case. Stu DNF'd rounds. Yeah, he was multiple spots behind.
Yeah.
Chase, you could literally go, bro. If he just got second, he wins that race. He's the champion right now.
Yep.
He is literally the champion right now with 2 laps to go.
Uh-huh. I don't know, man. Dude, it's crazy. Not as crazy as that 250, but it's crazy.
I'm going to be pissed off for that for a few
I'm going to
days.
be pissed off about that forever.
Yeah, just fucking ridiculous, bro.
And here we are just watching Cooper Webb just ride her in here.
All right, so so with 1 lap to go, where 3rd title, and we talked about this a couple like rounds ago. Where does Cooper Webb fit on the Mount Rushmore 450 guys now? This will be his 3rd Supercross title, 6 titles overall.
Ooh, I don't think he's on the Mount Rushmore yet.
All right, so where do you have him?
I don't know, in the 3 title guy section. But I don't think he's not Mount Rushmore status yet.
I mean, I just asked the question. Where do you?
I mean, say because like Mount Rushmore, you got to be like.
Yeah, you got to be all time. But Cooper Webb is all time, just not.
Yeah, he's good and he's in real rare air, but just not Mount Rushmore air.
I still think his 2 titles before this were better than this title. Were better than this.
Yeah. All right, here we go.
Wild.
Last turn, second to last turn, little double. Can you imagine he just nose picks that little double?
Just fucking that nose shit out of it.
Bike just dies.
Bike won't start.
Right there. There we go. 3-time 450 SX champion.
Look at that beard.
That's a great beard. That's a
beard.
fucking man, dude.
Spends a lot of money on beard cream. Jake Hoop's over there like, man.
Wow. All right. There we go. And he's the bad. The good, the bad, the ugly.
Dino is ugly.
All right. Well.
I'm sick of this outlet.
Gee. Okay. So what do we think of the 2025 Supercross season?
Hey, look at Christian. He's like, well, I won't be seeing you anymore after this year. Poor Christian. Wild season, man. Wild season. I mean, 450 class definitely was setting up to be an all-timer. We unfortunately lost quite a few dudes early, but still was an all-time season. I mean, do that 250 season. Like, I don't really think there was a dull moment at any of those races. I think the 250 season for the first time in a while, like, we always come in and we're like, 250 class, like, crazy. Kids are all over the place. Like, they just want to send it. But, I mean, dude, you just can't look any further than how many wins got or how many guys won races this year. Like, 250 class was insane, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I can't argue with any of that. 250 class was insane. 450 class, yes, it was a bit of a bummer. We lost those guys, but man, Webb and Chase gave us a hell of a 450 run, essentially. So that was great. Yeah, so anything else you want to talk about here? Because this has been a super duper long. Well, I guess not really that long.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't talked all the time.
Yeah. Been a standard show, I guess.
Yeah, standard show. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, crazy Supercross season. You know me, I'm an outdoor guy through and through. So like, I'm super looking forward to the outdoor season. We start in 2 weeks. Obviously, we all got a week off next week, which these boys deserve it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you got a lot of storylines. We covered it with our little outdoor prediction. Like 450 class is gonna be wild. You got a lot of guys now going into the 250 season that are gonna have some shit to prove. I mean. Yeah, dude, I don't think we have a lack of storylines, and I think outdoor season is going to be another drama-filled season. I mean, last year was pretty drama-filled in both 450 and 250, and I'm looking forward to it, man. I think that these boys definitely delivered in the excitement and, you know, the grittiness this Supercross season, but we get to outdoors, man, and it's a new season. It's a fresh time for everybody, and I think a lot of people have more shit to prove. I think a lot of guys... Their seasons didn't go the way they wanted in Supercross, and yeah, man, I don't know. I'm just excited for it. Like I said, I love Supercross. Anytime dirt bikes are involved, but outdoors is my thing, man. So like, I'm really looking forward to it. I just hope everybody in this week off just takes some time to decompress. You know, do your last little bit of outdoor testing, but take a little bit of time off. Don't get hurt, and everybody comes out swinging at Paul on May 24th, man. Looking forward to it.
All right. Yeah. So, I mean, this has basically been episode 306. I want to thank you all for tuning in here. Again, we just couldn't get our schedules to line up any other way than to do this basically live here during the race.
But thank you, though, for staying on.
Thanks for everybody who was tuning in. We got 27 people watching right now.
Shit.
I am going to put this up as a regular show on Tuesday, so there will be that recap, even though it'll be on here. But, yeah, so thanks, everybody, for tuning in. Thanks for another season.
You.
What season are we in? Is this 8?
We've been doing this since 2017. So season
17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. 9. This is our 9th Supercross
You
season.
and me have been doing this shit for 9 years. God, and you know what? We're old.
How many years do you think Deegan's going to ride pro?
I mean, dude, he's 19 years old, so he's got a long time.
We got another 10 years then.
I don't know if I can do this.
When he retires, the show's over.
I don't know if I can do this into our mid-40s, man.
Aw, come on, bro.
We better start making some money.
We're fine. We're working on it. So, thanks everybody for tuning in. Thank you to all the members. Just so everybody knows, here a little announcement at the end. Just like last year with outdoors, no qualifying show. It's too nice outside. I mean, I watch qualifying, but like I'm not stopping to do a show. I will still do the race reactions. We will still have the normal shows. We're going to have a rotating cast, so Justin and Cole will be here on and off.
You'll see me for the first time. Will be the Redbud show.
Yep. But outside of that, we'll have different people in every week. We will still be doing the members-only live stream for the shows. So if you guys want to watch us record these shows live, not like we did tonight, but we do record the shows live there for members and get a little bit of early access. You can hit the members area as low as 99 cents a month. I want to thank all of our sponsors who are on board with us. RevX, Nano Extreme, Complete Racing Solutions, ProFlow Racing, Holster Co., Gutterworks, TLR Coatings, Adept Creative Co., and Alias MX, all on board with us. There are links in the description down below for all of them, so make sure to check them out, especially if you're watching in the replay here. Yeah, like I said, I'll be cutting all this up, so if you didn't get all of this, I'll be cutting the motocross previews there and putting those up. I have sections from last week's show to put up. The whole show itself will go up. So thanks, everybody, for tuning in.
Thank you.
It's been a long night. I'm going home. We'll see y'all later. Congratulations to Paul Webb, MVL, and Deegan. And,
Not RJ Hampshire.
Yeah,